Hello everybody and welcome back to Following Lucha. I am JC. I am joined as always by my beautiful co-host. What's your name?
Yo, what up? It's me. It's Steven from Following Lucha podcast.
Let's go. Steven, we are the lore keepers of Lucha Underground. Every week we get here on our silly little podcast. We get on here on our silly little podcast. We talk about the lore of Lucha Underground from some episode back in like 2016. We do some current events from 2016. And then we talk about wrestling from like today, like the modern day. But
modern day, not the Maharaja, just the modern day.
Exactly. I was just thinking that. And I feel like this point hasn't been brought up enough on season 2 of Following Lucha, the season in which we now exist. But we are, again, I can't stress this enough, Steven, I know you're on the same page with me. We're not a wrestling podcast.
Nope.
If you're here for
Any
wrestling content,
fans, get out of here.
Get out of here.
We fake.
Are a TV and media podcast, okay? We want TV and film snobs here, and TV and film snobs only. So
we want you to analyze the cinematography of the TV show we're watching.
Exactly. So, like, if you are primarily a wrestling fan, let's say the majority of content you consume in a given week is pro wrestling, leave. We don't respect you. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay,
are you 12?
What are you, a child? Okay? That shit's fake, okay? That shit is fake.
I remember in middle school, I had this one librarian, right? She'd wear a John Cena t-shirt every day.
Okay.
Or every Friday. And I remember some kids would tell her that wrestling was fake, right?
That's disgusting.
Which is what you tell any adult wearing a John Cena t-shirt.
Exactly.
And of course she would say, not really.
How can you fake falling off a ladder? That's what she would say really loud in the library when everyone else was quiet.
I specifically remembered our middle school book fair by Scholastic. Do you remember those?
Yeah, of course. I wanted one of those Firefly cell phones where you could only call your parents and 911. But my parents,
sick.
They didn't get me one because it was expensive, and I don't think they trusted me.
No, you're gonna call 911 on your parents?
I think so. I was gonna call it repeatedly, okay, as a fun little prank. But Steven, what about the Scholastic book fair?
Oh, so I remember when I walked into the book fair one day, right? I just heard the John Cena theme song playing the entire time.
Wait, which John Cena theme song? You think you know?
Yeah,
damn, that's sad.
You think you're untouchable?
That's so sad.
You know what song's underrated, by the way?
What's that?
The Triple H theme song that goes, "You want some?" And then it's like words.
Come
goes,
get some. Oh shit! I don't even
like that one. That one. I don't know how the song goes.
I don't know what song that is. I thought you were gonna say the underrated song is "Right Now" by John Cena off of his 2006 album.
That's my favorite Kanye song, dude.
Let's get it on. Like that song's beautiful, Steven. It's perfect.
Let's get it on.
Guys, listen to Right Now by John Cena. It is a musical masterpiece. Okay? It just is. Steven, what else is a masterpiece is Lucha Underground. Okay? It's peak wrestling. 2016 was peak wrestling, and that's what we're here to talk about. Season 2, episode 3.
It makes me feel like a child again. That's what wrestling's about.
Exactly.
Being children.
Exactly, because it only makes sense for a child to watch pro wrestling. So, Steven, we watched season 2, episode 3 of Lucha Underground called "The Hunt Is On." ... Those 3 dots are very important. This episode aired on February 10th of 2016. I must ask you, what were you doing on February 10th of 2016?
Probably like getting ready for Valentine's Day, very special day in 6-year-old Steven's life,
Yeah, you had a Valentine?
Sale.
You had was this junior year of high school or sophomore year of high school?
No, I think
this was sophomore.
I think at the time I was like really into like edgy, angsty YouTube videos, like filthy freak and stuff. So of course, me being the epic dude I am, I just thought I was way above love and affection, of course, And the only thing that really mattered to me were dank memes about dead rats.
Oh fuck, dead rats? That's awesome.
Edgy Holocaust jokes.
Ooh,
my favorite.
What about the movie Chef? Those memes were there for a while too.
Have people actually
Jean
watched
Favreau Chef
who make the jokes about it?
I watched it before because my dad loves
Chef,
like
by
food
the way,
trucks and shit.
It's a legitimate good movie. Is the thing?
I don't know. I haven't watched it since I was like 13.
What's the joke? I think
the joke. Is the joke is that it's Jon Favreau, and then in the Filthy Frank hair cake video, they were like, "My name's Chef," and then they showed the Chef DVD. You know, that's the joke. You don't need much more. Exactly.
My name's Chef.
Exactly,
Awesome.
Steven. Exactly. So no, what I was doing is I was watching Lucha Underground, obviously. You know, as all my homies were. Actually, no, they weren't. I told you to watch Lucha Underground, and you said "fuck you." That's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's very fair. You know, like someone tells you to watch wrestling. What do you do at that point? You know, like how do you recommend watching wrestling to someone else? You know,
says the boy who put on his Dark Spyro About Me quiz that his favorite wrestler was Fergal Devitt. Shut the fuck up, okay?
No, I said Finn Balor.
Fuck
no,
up.
I put Finn Balor. Parentheses, Fergal Devitt. All right, fuck you.
You may have done Prince Devitt, to be fair, which is cooler. If you did Fergal Devitt, I will never forgive you. Like, we're ending the podcast.
When was he Fergal Devitt?
I think probably when he started. I think he didn't start in New Japan as Prince Devitt. That would have been odd. But Steven, we start this episode of Lucha Underground. Listen, don't ask questions, okay? Shut up. Shut up, Steven. Know your role. We start this episode of Lucha Underground with a recap where we basically just go over the fact that King Cuerno has won the Gift of the Gods Championship from Rey Fenix in episode 1 of season 2. And this means King Cuerno is entitled to a match with Mil Muertes, kind of whenever he wants, but he has to give Catrina a week to promote it. And then the other part of the recap is just a reminder that Pentagon Jr. out of nowhere beat the shit out of Mil Muertes.
So it's like, does that make it canon that the show is booked last minute?
And well, not really. It's like, it's an exception to the rule.
Like, when do they book shows? Like, what if you're in the main event spot? Do you just get pushed away from that like block of airing TV time?
It's a good question. Well, like, remember when Dario was in charge of the temple? He'd be booking shit like as he went. You know, like he would be doing stuff at the beginning, midway through an episode. It was crazy. Like it was seldom an occasion where we knew about a match in advance. You know,
just like AEW.
Exactly.
Somehow,
Steven.
I don't know how.
Would you say Tony Khan is the modern day Dario Cueto? Steven?
Maybe.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. But we start off the actual show after the recap with a match, Steven. We go straight into a wrestling contest, which is kind of lame. Who wants to watch wrestling? The match was between one of our favorites in the temple, okay? One of the absolute legends of Lucha Underground so far. That is the mighty Bengala, okay?
From the jungles.
From the jungles, and he is taking on the debuting Cobra Moon, who we of course know as Thunder Rosa.
Kind of lame because Bengal is he has a giant tiger mask that's very cartoonish. While the Cobra Moon person, right? This gal pal of ours. She looks like she's in a bondage suit, but it's like turquoise.
Yeah, it's like light blue, has like a ponytail going on. Thunder Rosa is dressed real weird as Cobra Moon, but she's a snake, okay? So this is like a Bengal tiger versus a snake, Steven. That's exciting.
Oh, man.
Did you have the same
gonna win?
It's a great question. Did you have the same observation about the mighty Bengala that I did when he came out this time?
What did you realize? Did you realize he was more out of shape?
Well,
I did.
He may have packed on a couple of pounds.
I mean, we don't judge, you know? We don't judge. We don't know, you know?
I don't judge, but I do observe, okay? You know, like, he was still going around.
We're just fat observing.
We're fat observing. Because he was still doing his shit, Steven. He was still jumping around.
We're doing right now.
Monkey flips, running real fast.
Tiger flips, actually.
Shit, you're so right. But he does have a belly, a noticeable belly that sticks out, like, past his face. Because it's only unfortunate. It's only so noticeable because Bengala wears like this chest plate essentially that makes him look more tiger-like. And last season, his tummy was below his chest plate, and now it's sticks out past the chest plate quite a bit. You know, so it's just like he's not wearing the best attire to complement
I don't mean
his
a
physique.
fat shame. You know, I'm not fat shaming.
Of course not.
It's just something I noticed, you know.
It's just something I noticed. It's just something. You know? And then you have him in there with someone who's as fit as like a 30-year-old Thunder Rosa. Exactly, a slippery, slimy snake. And so it's just it puts it on full display. Also, Matt Striker and Vampiro are both very honest about the fact that they have no clue about Thunder Rosa, about Cobra Moon. You know, like they just don't know who that girl is. Did I?
Do you?
Well,
you know.
At the time, 15-year-old me, I did not. 15-year-old me was like, who the fuck is this? And then also,
who is this
I realized years later, Cobra Moon only started wrestling, like training to wrestle, a couple months before this, before her debut in Lucha Underground. So like,
who knew her future would be her apologizing to the women's roster and one executive producer?
Would have thunk, and hanging out in a hot tub with some fat guy.
Good career, you know.
It's a pretty good career. It's pretty stellar. It's pretty stellar, Steven.
Did I still meet her? Does she still live in SA, Texas?
Yeah, she has like a whole wrestling school and everything. Yeah.
Wow, maybe I should join a wrestling school, you know.
Steven, I think you should. Steven, how much do you think it'll cost to join a wrestling school?
I don't know, actually. Is it like thousands? Or like, does it depend
probably.
On
it probably depends on how long you're there for.
If it's like Cody, I assume it costs more than like, you know, Zack Ryder and Curtis Hawkins.
It's true. If you want to train with Cody, you need that Kid Bandit money, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Who else trained with Cody again?
Fuck. I don't. Did Sky Blue? I have no clue, man.
Do you think Seth charged a lot for his school?
Hell yeah, what the fuck? Dude was like WWE champion when he started it. He better charge a ton.
If you open a wrestling school, is it for like the networking? Is that like the main appeal of going to it? Right? I assume.
Probably like part of it.
But who's that one kid in NXT that went to like Seth's school? I feel like that's a.
You think I watch NXT?
It's pretty good, you know. Yeah.
You think I'm that big of a loser?
You don't watch NXT 2.0?
No, I only watch Level Up. NXT? You know this.
You only watch Level Up?
Yeah.
Tag teams.
Okay. Pretty Deadly.
That's not Level Up. That's main NXT.
No, I saw them on Level Up. They're on Level Up.
Yeah. You know I saw Level Up? Cora Jade. She was also on 205 Live.
Oh, shit.
Fuck you.
Okay, well.
Remember when 205 Live had like Odyssey Jones on there? Do you know who that is? I do a little bit. He's the big guy. He's the big guy who dances, is he not? It's good enough that he's on 205 Live.
Hell yeah. Steven, we need to talk more about Bengala and Cobra Moon. We're getting sidetracked, okay? And that's not fair to either the mighty Bengala or the snake-like Cobra Moon, okay? The match was a lot more back and forth than I thought. I thought Bengala was going to get crushed, but he had no problem just beating a woman, which mad props, you know? Mad props.
If you're in a wrestling ring and your opponent is a woman, do you hold back? Canonically speaking, like if you
she's a snake.
If you beat a woman, right? Are you a bad guy because it's your job?
It's a good question. Well, there are a couple of factors here. One, Cobra Moon is part snake, and do snakes have gender, Steven?
I think they do.
Okay, well, I personally, as a human being, am okay morally killing a female snake. Like, if there's a female snake in my house, I'm gonna try to stomp its head in, okay? And also, Bengala doesn't have to live up to the morals of being a human because he is a Bengal tiger. So, like, I feel like these are all concerns that have to be factored in, you know?
You're saying this male tiger does not deserve death, but the female snake does.
Well, I personally wouldn't try stomping in the head of a female tiger, or a male or female tiger. I'd probably pick my battles a little more smartly, okay?
Right.
But I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about beating women?
I think it depends on the context, you know?
No, I would really okay.
Yeah.
The context being like, is it a snake woman or tiger woman?
Being,
did they deserve it?
No, not even that.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
What is my position right here, you know? Am I on the streets? Am I in my house? Am I underwater?
You're in the temple.
Am I a wrestler at the temple or just a fan?
That's up to you, man. Yeah, this is you post-training with Thunder Rosa.
A woman, right? I feel like it'd be pretty out of place to be women in the crowd.
Like Bale style, you know? Like Bale coming in to help the crew and beating up evilies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of out of line.
I was a wrestler and I was being paid to beat women.
Yeah.
Do I do that with pride and enthusiasm? Who knows?
If you're doing it with pride, you know, Steven, that's a lot of backing, okay? You know, I feel like you can get away with a lot at that point. So, it's a really good point.
Why did you beat that woman? You know, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, honestly.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, 2002.
So, is that the year? Wow. I had not committed up to memory.
Might have been 2002, I don't know.
Very interesting. Well, just to clarify, if the woman's not a snake or not like an animal, you know, don't beat them up, probably. Yeah, that's my personal stance. But I appreciate at least that you want a bit more context before you decide to beat a woman or not. So that's very good of you. Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
I am so sorry. Steven, Cobra Moon does some dirty tactics. She rakes some eyes. She uses some knees. She puts Bengala into a choke. And then she wins.
Chokes out Bengala. This tiger man, you know? He can't breathe. He dies. It was bad.
A tiger is so useless when it can't breathe, Steven. It's so goddamn useless. And so Cobra Moon wins her debut match. Woohoo. How do you feel about Cobra Moon?
Good showing, you know?
Were you sad that Bengala lost? Yeah,
man,
I'm sorry.
How do you ruin Bengala, dude? Okay, that guy's awesome. He should be main eventing right now. He should have been Lucha champion. All right, already.
Bye now. Yeah,
come on.
I don't blame him.
Booking this show, okay. If this was my universe mode in WWE 2K15, is that the game we're on?
Yep.
He would be my universal champion, of course.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Give him a new gimmick. Give him some leather jackets.
Multiple leather jackets. He's coming out with 5 leather jackets on. That's awesome.
Lions.
Whoa.
Who he kills now.
I don't know if that's how leather works, but that's awesome, man. That is so cool. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
He's gonna look like that one character, Hercules, in that one movie, Hercules.
Okay.
Remember that movie.
Is that the one with Danny DeVito?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
The greatest movie of all time, actually.
That's cool. Steven, we go from that match to Catrina's office, okay? What was once Dario Cueto's office, now occupied by Catrina. And she is receiving a visit from none other than the former Gift of the Gods champion, Rey Fenix. And Catrina's not even looking at her door. And then she starts talking. She doesn't even see who comes into the room. She doesn't know it's Fenix yet. And she says, I get a tingle of excitement whenever I'm in your presence.
Her ghost senses are tingling. Oh no.
Her ghost immortal senses. Or that.
Does she have a Phoenix radar?
I think they've had sex before, so it might be something like that, honestly.
Did they have sex? I thought they just kissed.
Oh. I was under the impression they were like hooking up kind of regularly. You know? I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Is it ethical to have sex with ghost people?
Maybe. I'd be more concerned about the ethics of her now being his boss, you know, and then the power dynamic.
You think there's a power dynamic between them, you know? Maybe.
Yeah. It wasn't in place before, but now it is.
HR department? We don't know.
That's the question. Did you see that WWE's like vice president just got fired for an HR violation? That's awesome.
What did he do?
I don't know. I was trying to find out, but it wasn't reported yet. So, shouts out.
We probably never will know, right? I don't think he's a public figure, is he? I don't know.
No. He was like talent relations vice president or some shit. So, I don't know.
Since it's not a wrestler or Vince McMahon, I feel like we won't really care. But
or Johnny Ace
on Reddit, I feel like we'll see this take on Reddit in a few days from now, where it's like WWE sucks, guys. They fired their vice president for an HR complaint.
They
don't know what they're doing, dude. These guys don't know what they're doing at all.
I'd like to clarify your statement. It's not we will see on Reddit. It is you, Steven, will see on Reddit. Yeah. Just to get our ducks in a row.
Local Reddit expert, dude.
I'm aware. Phoenix though shows up in Catrina's office, gives her a tingle because they might have had sex, and he is demanding a match with King Cuerno, the man that beat him for the Gift of the Gods title. Okay, of course. He says he wants to destroy King Cuerno. And then he makes deep eye contact with Catrina, giving her like a deep tingle, okay? And you know what he says? He says, and I also want to destroy you. But he says it in like such a non-threatening voice, because he says the King Cuerno thing like angry, and then he looks like Catrina and says it like just like a dude, like I want to destroy you.
Be considered sexual harassment?
I don't know. Do you think it was sexual? You think he doesn't want to kill her? He wants to go like just
maybe
her. Okay.
He's pretty horny, right? In the last season, he was pretty horny.
In the first season, he was getting around. Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Horny.
A little horny.
Hornier than the dragon guy with horns. You know?
Yeah. But again, I feel like this is less problematic than the other way around if Catrina were being like, I want to destroy you, and then winking at Ray Phoenix.
I feel like in her tone of voice, it can go either way, you know?
I want to destroy you.
Physically destroying you or sexually destroying you.
Yeah.
We would know we're experts on this subject.
It's true. Of women flirting with us, you mean? Of trying to seduce us? We're experts?
Both.
Can you describe the last time you were seduced by a woman, Steven?
The last time I was seduced by a woman was when I watched Lucha Underground Season 1.
Oh, wow.
42.
Uh-huh. And what happened then?
You see.
Uh-huh.
Miss Catrina came out, right?
Oh,
and all of a sudden started speaking to the camera.
Oh, whoa.
Like, oh, my.
Oh my! Could it be?
I connect to this character.
Wow.
Oh my!
It is! That's so exciting. That's so exciting. So yeah, I don't really know what's gonna...
that one Jerry Lawler yell that's in every game? The one goes like, ah! You know that one?
Of course.
Why did they use that one? It's so stupid.
You gotta, man. You gotta. Okay. Jerry Lawler's not even on the commentary team in the new games, but that sound still pops up occasionally. That'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be sick. Steven, we go from that segment, because it really just ends with Phoenix saying, I want to destroy you. And then it cuts to black, okay?
But in Spanish.
And now we go to a millennia ago. We are getting a flashback. And this flashback starts off with a little Aztec. Listen, no, it makes tons of sense. We're the lore keepers. We got to deep dive into this, okay? We do a flashback to a millennia ago, and they show a little Aztec cave girl, and she is drawing in what appears to be sand, okay? And it's really just like a half-done stick figure, but you hear the little girl narrating in Spanish, and she's saying, once upon a time, there was a man who lived among the stars. And I say, oh shit, I think I know where this is going.
Shit.
Oh
dude, like
shit.
When Marvel movies introduce Blarbo, and you start clapping. This is awesome, dude.
Did you start clapping as you watched season 2, episode 3 of Lucha Underground?
Yeah. Imagine if this was in theaters, right? Imagine the crowd reaction to our boy Aerostar popping up. Oh my gosh. Crazy, dude.
My gosh. I hope he shows up in the next
if Stone
Black
Cold
Panther.
Steve Austin appeared on SummerSlam at El Paso, Texas.
It's so true. So true, Steven. Well, listen. We cut to a millennia ago. Little girl's there. She's drawn Aerostar in the sand, and she's real excited about him. And then, I don't know what the fuck happens. Her dreams come true or some shit, and then Aerostar is just there on the sand.
And in his wrestling gear with lights and everything.
Of course. Well, he's like he's star man. Yeah,
well, he's not really high tech because he didn't really evolve over a millennia.
That's true.
Technology. So
maybe that's peak technology, though. You know,
maybe
like Aerostar is peak tech. Yeah.
His LED lights in leather.
But he walks up onto the beach and he approaches 2 Aztec cavemen, fully grown cavemen, who are past the cave girl. Okay, and they're all like worried. Okay, they're like freaking out, and Aerostar is there to calm them. Not even to calm. I don't really know what's happening. Okay, but the men are talking. Maybe they're at war, and Aerostar is there trying to calm them down. But he does it in like a really like scary way. And Aerostar is like, "Hello, Aztec men covered in paint.
How do you speak my language?"
It's a great question. But he says, Aztec men, you know how all the 7 Aztec tribes are currently at war? I'm here as Aerostar to tell you, you 7 Aztec tribes must come together to find peace. Because if you don't, the gods are going to come back as humans, and the world will be bad.
Oh, thanks, Spaceman.
And I didn't really understand what was happening here. My best interpretation is that maybe in like the Aztec lore, like the real life Aztec religion, gods are angry bad beings that like hurt people.
Maybe it's like the Silver Surfer from Marvel, where he's like warning them before their planet gets eaten by a big spaceman.
But why is it bad if God comes back? I always thought like if God comes back, it'd be good. Like, isn't God like an all-loving, all-knowing being? You know?
Well, these are Aztecian gods. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I guess the Aztecian gods are very angry beasts, and so when they come back as humans, it can't be good news. And so Aerostar is like, we have to fix this. We need peace among the tribes. And then the two Aztec men are like, yeah, but you know, gods aren't even gonna come back for like another like few thousand years, so we're good.
That's not our problem. That's our children's problem.
Exactly. And then Aerostar is like,
commentary on pollution.
It's so true. Aerostar is just a metaphor for global warming. And so Aerostar is like, oh shit, okay, well then, you know what I'm gonna do, Aztec guys? I'm gonna travel to the year 2016.
My planet needs me. And then goes in the air. He combusts into a bunch of sparks.
He does. He's a human sparkler, and I guess also a time traveler. It shoot confirmed. Aerostar is a time traveler. How does that make you feel, Steven?
Time-traveling spaceman. This was awesome. Clap, clap, clap.
That is so sick. I thought the same thing. Me too. And then it cuts back to the little girl drawing in the sand, and she's like, it's so sad because I know the 7 tribes will never be united. Which is like so pessimistic. Why is the little girl such a pessimist? I know, right? God, this sucks. So that's what happened a millennia ago. Aerostar's been around for a minute, Steven. Okay? So shouts out to him.
Why doesn't he just travel back in time to be Dragon Man?
I mean, imagine that. Imagine being like, I can live at any point in history, okay, of the universe. I can live in any realm of the universe. I can be on any planet, any universe, any dimension. But I'm going to choose 2016 on planet Earth, and I'm going to fight a man in a dragon costume a whole bunch. And then that's what you choose to do. Yeah, choose to lose to a man in a dragon costume a whole bunch.
You lost
like, what are we doing?
Freaking caveman, dude. You know, that's his gimmick.
True.
He's just this. What's it called? A Neanderthal.
Hell yeah. Exactly. It just feels like Aerostar's not the man for this job. It feels like some wasted potential. Like, imagine if Cody Rhodes were Aerostar, how much shit would get done, right?
Wait.
What?
What if Cody Rhodes did come back in time? And he renamed himself Jeff Jarrett.
Oh my god.
What if?
What? Yeah?
Do you think this could be possible, that Jeff Jarrett is actually Cody Rhodes from the future?
I only worry that that's not the case,
alternate
because
universe future
Jeff
where
Jarrett
he never got the neck tattoo.
That's a great point. I only worry because Jeff Jarrett exists simultaneously with Cody Rhodes, you know, like in this universe.
Well,
so I wonder.
Cody Rhodes doesn't know that Jeff Jarrett's him.
Oh shit. See? Okay. Yeah. That makes some sense.
What if in this future he never solved racism? You know. What if you never had that beautiful white and black princess? That was his quote from his promo. I remember that.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad he thinks that of his wife. Like that's a very, very
cute, of his daughter.
Thing. Oh, my bad. Shoot. Steven, listen. Look here and listen.
Yeah.
Maybe Cody Rhodes did take advantage of being immortal and a spaceman who can travel through time because he did solve racism. So, that's.
What if he was actually at the MLK rally? You know? What if he participated in the Civil War?
Yo, if dude can travel back in time and fix shit, why didn't he save his dog from being burned to death by the pyro guy? You know? What the fuck?
Maybe what happened was that Pharaoh actually died during the pyro.
Oh shit, so he did go back in time. This is best case scenario.
But in order to do it, he had to put the pyros up but he pressed the Young Bucks button instead of the Cody button, so the pyros would go off for Cody's entrance, but at the same time, it wasn't big enough to kill his dog.
Let's go. Because you're saying that the Young Bucks are at best mid-carders and Cody's the main eventer who gets more pyro.
Yes.
Okay, I get that. I stand by that, Steven. So yeah, we go from...
What if he disguised himself as the pyro dude who got fired? There was no pyro dude, it was just Cody.
Yo, Cody is like honestly kind of a savior. Cody is honestly maybe the best human who's ever existed, and he should run for president.
Want to get into politics after wrestling?
Listen, I know he says he doesn't anymore, but I hope he does, because like, well, honestly, no, because then it would be a little rigged. Because if he can just go back in time and redo the election over and over again, like that's just, it feels like an unfair advantage, you know? Yeah. That's a little tough. That is a little tough. Steven, we go from a millennia ago back to the modern day 2016 Lucha Underground Temple, and Catrina walks backstage and confronts King Cuerno.
And dude, Cuerno is like hitting those dumbbells, dude. Those like 40-pound, 50-pound dumbbells, dude.
Hell, it's crazy. Yeah. Doing those curls, and then Catrina is like, yo, King Cuerno, I know you won the belt. I know you won the Gift of the Gods championship from Phoenix, but that wasn't our whole deal. Our deal was that you were going to destroy Phoenix. Which, again, I'm so confused about what that means in this context.
Like murder?
Well, is it murder? Is it sensual in nature? I don't know, okay? It's really hard to read. And then Cuerno's like, listen, Catrina, I did everything you asked of me. Which makes me think that maybe Catrina meant the murder version of destroy, and King Cuerno interpreted it sexually, and maybe he and Rey Fenix had sex.
Maybe he thought it was like, because he's a wrestler, right? And wrestlers don't kill people. He thought it was just being him in a match.
Oh, like colloquial. Oh, I see.
Actual murder.
Yeah. Well, no, Catrina meant death to Phoenix, which again, I don't see the point, because theoretically Phoenix just comes back to life. So it's just a little confusing. Catrina is like, well, King Cuerno, because you didn't destroy Phoenix, I want you to know you're a bad hunter, and you will die to Mil Muertes.
You will die. All right? But also have his permission to die.
Yeah. Before you do die, King Cuerno, and before you get a chance to fight Mil Muertes for his Lucha Underground Championship, you're going to fight Rey Fenix one more time. And you better destroy him this time around.
But just to murder him.
Yeah, in a last luchador standing match. It's non-title. You're going to keep your Gift of the Gods title regardless, okay? Like, don't worry about that. Your main goal, your main objective is just destroy Rey Fenix. And then King Cuerno is real
Cuerno
cool.
can speak English too, you know? Like, good for him.
Yeah, because he says, the hunt is on, which is real cool. So King Cuerno's on the hunt. Steven?
Yes?
No, tell me what they cut to.
We cut the commercial break.
Okay, but what the fuck? No, it didn't. We didn't. Did you watch commercials, Steven? Tell me what commercials.
Yes.
Top 5 commercials from that break.
The new M&M's commercial where they replaced M&M's with this girl named Maya.
Maya?
And they replaced the chocolate with clams. It was a pretty funny commercial.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, that sounds hilarious, man.
I love Super Bowl commercials.
That's really cool. That is so cool. Steven, well, what I saw them cut to is not an M&M commercial. Oh my gosh,
speaking of commercials, you know, like, Tyrus was in a Super Bowl commercial?
I do, for that fucking show on Fox.
He played the Iron Sheik, right? Which is crazy.
What?
I think. Did he play Iron Sheik, or was he just wearing, like... Oh.
No.
Iron Sheik. Scott Steiner. He's wearing Scott Steiner's gear.
Well, he wasn't, like, playing Scott Steiner, but he was, like... The whole gimmick is they were dressed up like... You know, like kings and queens and such. For that one dude show. Gutfeld.
Like
Greg
Scott
Gutfeld.
Steiner.
Well, I guess, but he definitely wasn't doing a cosplay of the Iron Sheik. That would have been odd. You know? Would have been real odd.
Maybe.
Listen, Jack Evans and Drago have a match, Steven. That's what we actually cut to. Jack Evans is here. Drago is here. I think this is Drago's first match of season 2. Same deal for Jack Evans. And Jack, of course, is jaw-jacking the entire match, as he does, right? Vampiro says at one point that both of these men, Drago and Jack Evans, are both in their prime. And right he was, at least about Jack Evans. Man has fallen off a little bit since then. Which I don't know if that's true. Maybe he fell off, or maybe it is just a situation where because they had post-production and they could edit out all the botches, Jack Evans just looked really good in Lucha Underground. You know?
Maybe.
It's a question worth asking, Steven. It's a question
we'll never know. We will
worth
never
asking.
know unless we ask him himself.
Maybe. He seems self-deprecating enough.
No, he was.
Oh, shit, okay. At one point, Jack Evans does like a little breakdance spin during the match, and it looked really dumb. I liked it. He does some finger biting, some eye gouging, shades of Cobra Moon. At one point, they cut to the crowd, and Mil Muertes is still there watching everything. He's pouting a little bit. You know, it's.
Good for him.
Well, I guess I don't. It seems like he's stuck there. I feel bad for Mil Muertes, honestly. You know,
he needs like to eat. You know, does he get hungry? I'm not sure.
That's a good question. We have to figure out all these needs. Last week we talked a lot about like his bathroom breaks, his need for caffeine.
Does he work out?
Mil?
Yeah. Because he was like super strength. Doesn't need to work out?
Oh, that's a great question. You don't think Catrina's ghost powers can just like make someone jacked?
Make him jacked? Maybe.
But if her ghost powers did work like that, you would think she would make the Disciples of Death jacked. But she really didn't. You know?
Maybe it was like a trade-off. You're either jacked or you wear bodysuits.
Oh, shit. That's a pretty good trade-off. That's a pretty good trade-off. So, Steven, at one point, Jack Evans escapes Drago's finishing move. He gets out of the dragon's lair, okay? And then Jack escapes from it, gets his feet on the ropes, and pins Drago 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, Drago lost.
Drago lost, and Melissa Santos is about to announce the winner of the match, Jack...
Dragon Man.
And then Jack Evans snatches the microphone away from Melissa Santos. And Jack Evans gets on the microphone, and he says, I am the winner, Jack, the Dragon Slayer Evans.
I love these gimmicks where they say their names. Speaking of saying your name, what's with like WWE and people saying their names in their theme songs? It makes no sense.
Who is saying
has this?
Who does Austin Theory say his name in his?
Well, I think it's mostly for women. To be fair.
Who? Charlotte Flair
Mandy
doesn't.
Rose
She just moans.
Said Mandy at first, right?
Mandy.
There was what's it called? Who was that one girl?
I don't know.
Well, there's that Biggie one. Was like, you want some? You want some Biggie? Like something like that.
Biggie's not a woman. Stick to your point. Dana Brooke doesn't go Dana.
Like, I think it actually does go Dana. I think it does not.
No. It goes
Zelina.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
At least her old one. I don't know about her new one. I don't know on top of my head anymore, but it's just a common problem where like people just keep saying their names. Oh, shit. JC Jones. JC Janes. She says that in her theme song now.
It says JC?
No, it goes JC James. And then it plays her theme song.
Is it like rap?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like she's entitled to it, though. She was like one of the students of Mandy, right? Like if anyone's going to be able to use it, she'd be the one. She would be the one. Steven, how much did you like the Tejano hype video that came after the Jack Evans win?
That was awesome. I loved Tejano. It was sick. He was like at a bar and he started beating up like these guys wanting to drink their water and alcoholic beverages. And then Tejano's like, no, sir. You got to be on that straight edge lifestyle. And he beats the shit out of these lucha bar people. And it was awesome. Yeah.
He's a straight edge superstar, this Tejano. And you saw him after he beat up all the weird luchadors in the bar. He asked for a virgin pina colada. So that's awesome, man. That is so sick.
Good for him. He has to watch his figure, you know? He's a good man.
It's true. I like the growth, though, from season 1 to season 2 of Lucha Underground, where in season 1, this scene would have taken place with the same 4 masked luchadors who were like completely dark shadows in the same warehouse.
It would have been a different like set, too.
Exactly. We're expanding the set. We're here at a bar now. Screen. Oh, shit. You think
just
so?
Been like a green screen, you know? Like
even still, that's some upped production quality from just the same warehouse.
Usually we're in the bathroom.
It's either, the bathroom mirror or a warehouse. It's one of the two.
Speaking of bathrooms.
Okay. No, I want to talk more about Tejano.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's going to come back next week, it says. He returns next week. He really hates Chavo Guerrero, and he starts his promo by saying that despite coming from a lucha family, he's not a Nepo baby. But, like, he definitely is. You know, like, he for sure is, Steven.
That's what every Nepo baby says. You know,
I'm not a Nepo baby.
I'm self-built.
Yo, so true, so true. So, shouts out to Tejano. Can't wait to see him next week. I hope Chavo's back as well. It remains to be seen. Okay, now let's talk about the restroom. Let's talk about the restroom mirror.
Dude, did the restroom get worse? I feel like every time you see the restroom, it gets, like, more and more dirty. You know?
Well, that's probably because there's a dragon man who lives in it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he's most
there's
cleanly.
more writing on the mirrors. And, like, the reason why mirrors don't have... restrooms don't have mirrors is because of people writing gang signs on them.
Really?
And this place still does have mirrors in their restroom. So, are there gangs in this show? Who knows?
Because the only place I can think of not having mirrors is Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Okay?
Yes.
They took out their mirrors. And I thought what it was
gang signs.
is that the restrooms were so crowded that people would spend too much time looking in the mirror at themselves. And then, like,
that's what we
they
use
would
mirrors
linger.
for? Do you look yourself in the mirror when you wash your hands?
Yeah, I do. I stare at
when
myself.
When you're washing or not grooming? Because I feel like I look at the water.
I mean, I'll glance down to turn it on and stuff, but otherwise I'm like making eye contact with myself and analyzing my appearance. I'm a vain person.
Where do you look during peeing? Like you're in a urinal? Urinal.
A urinal? Yeah. I love urinals.
Yeah, and you start peeing. Do you look down or do you look up in the ceiling?
It depends. Is there someone next to me? If there's not someone next to me, I'm looking down. If there's someone next to me, I'm staring straight ahead.
That's what I'm scared of, you know? Like, I'm scared of sitting, like, someone's next to me. If I look down, that's pretty, like, you know, it's kind of weird to look at someone's penis, you know? While you're peeing.
I just worry. I don't want them to think I'm trying to, like, sneak a peek of theirs. And don't get me wrong, I am. But, like, I don't want them to know.
Like, how do you know where you're aiming, you know? You gotta know where you're aiming at. Like, what if...
It's a urinal. It's so wide. If you are missing the urinal, you are standing too far away.
Someone on the floor.
You are trying to projectile piss.
I don't want that splashback at me, you know?
Oh, I hate those ones on the floor.
You need to position your penis to shoot the right spot in the toilet. The sweet spot where there's no splashback on your legs. Yeah. It's the worst.
In a regular urinal, though, I've never had splashback onto me, Steven. I have to be honest.
I doubt that. I doubt that. I always
not like noticeable. Like you're not gonna see piss on me when I leave.
Because you're wearing long pants. You're not gonna notice all the little particles of pee on you, dude.
What? So you're saying I would if I were wearing shorts?
Yes.
I think I'm less likely to know if I'm wearing shorts because I have so much hair on my legs. Whereas with pants, I'm gonna see the wet spots on me.
No.
You know,
it's gonna be more breezy. You'll feel the wind of your pee particles.
I disagree.
Aim for the sweet spot in the toilet, the urinal.
You just have hairless legs, okay?
You gotta aim for that sweet spot. It's like 5% of the urinal.
You have no hair on your legs and you piss on them. It's weird behavior, Steven, okay? I don't do that.
You ever, like, sit down and pee? The worst thing ever is when you pee through the toilet seat. Absolute worst thing ever in existence, man.
Like if you're sitting down and you have to, like, aim down?
Yeah. The worst existence
Why is that the worst thing ever?
I don't know.
Your dick too big, it doesn't fit? Like, what do you, like, it hangs down into the water?
When I was, like, 10, right? I used to have this problem where I just keep pissing on the ground. And be like, why am I pissing through the ground? Now I know.
It was going through the toilet seat?
It was going through the toilet seat, yeah.
Aim down!
No.
Yeah!
No.
What the fuck? Steven, what are you doing?
I don't know, I was 10, dude.
Okay, so when was the last time you pissed on the ground?
When I was 10, dude.
Okay, you haven't done it since then.
No, it's been over a decade.
You've learned to aim down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the size is not a problem.
With using the urinals, you see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Steven, listen, I don't even remember. Oh, we're in the bathroom. It's dirty apparently. Prince Puma is there looking in the mirror in the Drago bathroom, and he looks so sad. Okay, normally these promos happen, these backstage vignettes happen with Prince Puma, and Conan is there giving him a pep talk, but Conan's dead. Okay, Conan's passed away.
Died. It's been like months since we last saw him.
It has. So Catrina comes in the restroom, which is again HR issue, big red flag, another one. Catrina should not be the boss.
Why is she in the men's restroom?
Or Prince Puma could be in the women's.
That's fair.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I don't think gender neutral bathrooms were a thing at the time, right? Unless it's like a family bathroom, maybe.
I could see the temple only having one restroom.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could
one of those
definitely
those family restrooms. That's not really a family restroom.
Oh shit!
It's just a restroom.
It's a family restroom sign, but it has like a dragon, a person, and a snake on it. It's wild.
You know, I don't get restrooms with like men or women signs, and it's just one toilet in there. Like, it makes no sense.
Well, sometimes they have urinals, you know.
I feel like you don't need a urinal. You just have two toilets, and you're fine. Or just one toilet,
yeah,
you know.
It is honestly a little odd, but also
Save
like
some
the
money,
amenities. You know, maybe the female ones like have like amenities stocked for the women, you know, for hygiene needs that men wouldn't need. You know, maybe we got a urinal and they got a baby changing station, which again is problematic in its own self, Steven. Don't get me started.
Can't change diapers, dude?
Don't get me started, Steven, okay?
Are you saying that?
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm saying men tend to use urinals more than they use baby changing stations. You know? Whereas women tend to use baby changing stations more than urinals.
Yeah.
So,
in the urinal,
I think these are just the facts.
You know what I hate? I hate like in like high school, right? People just always like destroy urinals for some reason by like throwing shit in there. And it's like so annoying because I just want to pee, but no, there's a Gatorade bottle in there. And I don't want to hit that.
Shit.
It's the worst
Why
thing
don't
ever.
you want to hit the Gatorade bottle?
I'm gonna splash back at you, dude. I don't want that splash
Aim
back.
around it, I guess. You know, like,
But then
it's
I'm
not
still
that
get
hard.
splashback. It's covering the splashback zone spot.
Oh shit! I'm sorry,
It's the worst.
bro. Damn,
Worst,
you gotta
man.
like projectile at that point. I don't blame you. Yeah, like
I know,
stand
you gotta
back
fucking-
against
you
the
gotta
wall.
boring it in there, dude. You gotta arc it, dude. I don't want to arc
You
my pee.
really
The
do.
worst.
I'm sorry, man. I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
anyways,
Yeah, Puma's there, looking in the
yeah.
mirror in the restroom. We
You
don't
think
know who's
Puma
allowed
pees? I don't think so.
in. You don't.
No.
Okay, that's a. How do you think he relieves himself, man?
His mind.
Wow, he's that zen. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Catrina walks in, like we say, and she asks Puma a very pressing question as he looks at himself sad in the mirror. And Catrina asks, who do you pray to, Prince Puma? Who do you pray to? Because I heard Conan praying as he died in his casket. I heard his last words, and they were, "Forgive me."
Wait, was he in his casket when he was alive?
Well, like, he was thrown into the casket, I think, like, during, like, the Grave Consequences match or some shit. I don't really remember.
I didn't realize he died. I just thought he was, like, injured.
Yeah, apparently in Lucha Underground, and I am also putting this lore together for the first time, Steven, this watch around, that in a Grave Consequence match, when a casket is out, the person who enters the casket is shoot dead. Because remember, Mil Muertes had to be resurrected by Katrina when he lost his Grave Consequences.
So, like, do they die from, like, natural causes, like, of choking to death?
Well, I wouldn't call strangulation natural causes, per se.
Or is it like their soul just coming out of their bodies, like, immediately when the casket closes?
I would think more that. I would think, like, the casket has some supernatural powers that drains the person of their life. That's what I am more thinking. Yeah. So Conan was being drained of his life. Katrina heard him inside of it. And his last words were, "Forgive me." And Katrina has to wonder. She wants to know, was Conan talking about his God forgiving him for being a wicked sinner? Or was he talking about Prince Puma, asking for Puma to forgive him for being such a shitty mentor, for letting his student down?
He's not up there, Puma. He's down there in heck.
Oh, not heck.
Oh my goodness.
So,
what a heel.
Yeah, that's weird. Katrina is like, Puma, I'm gonna book you in a match next week against Pentagon Jr. And I hope you, Prince Puma, are able to make a sacrifice to your master.
He already did.
What was his sacrifice to Conan?
His master's life.
Well, that's not a sacrifice to your master.
Title.
That's a sacrifice of your master. What the fuck?
His title,
Man?
he lost.
I guess so. He sacrificed the LU title. That makes sense.
Yeah, not the Lucha title.
In my notes, I just realized that this time around, I wrote that Katrina booked Puma in a match with Conan, not Pentagon Jr., which would be really tough. Just pull his corpse out of the casket and make Prince Puma beat it up.
Maybe that's maybe that's the foreshadowing, right? Maybe he's gonna fight the ghost of Conan to finally put his spirit to rest. You know,
that would be awesome.
That'd be pretty dope, dude. I'll be for that storyline, man.
A resurrected Conan getting beat up by Prince Puma. Then that'd be pretty sick, man. That would be. Should it be a cinematic match or like just in the ring? No editing allowed. Oh wow.
Both.
Okay.
They go backstage. They play like a little segment that they recorded weeks ago.
Yo.
They come back out of the ring. Repeat.
Let's go.
Be awesome.
Let's go. So, Steven, we go from this bathroom where Catrina bullies Prince Puma. You know, and it is in character for Prince Puma to get bullied, right? And we cut to our main event of the evening. It is that last luchador standing match Catrina booked earlier between Phoenix and King Cuerno. And when Rey Fenix came out, Steven, I was looking at his face through his mask, and I was thinking, wow, Rey Fenix looks so young. And then I decided to Google how old he is, like today in 2023.
37.
You think 37 is the age of Rey Fenix?
Mm-hmm.
He's 32. He was like 25 back during this episode, which is wild to me, you know?
Wow.
Like, that's crazy. Dude is still so young. So shouts out to Phoenix. He's going to be world champ one day, obviously. And then Matt Striker and Vampiro are kind of just shitting on Phoenix for accepting a last luchador standing match. And they're like, why would you at this point in your career accept a match like this, okay? Especially when King Cuerno has won the only other last luchador standing match in history.
What do you gain from this, man? Like what?
Well,
you don't even get the title. You don't get a title shot. You don't get anything.
And that's a good point, because like if this were fair and there were a fair booker, if Rey Fenix won this match, maybe it wouldn't give him the Gift of the Gods title, but it would at least like improve his standing in the company, put him more in line for a title shot with with Mil Muertes. But that's obviously not the case because Catrina hates him. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So what does he gain from this aside from some silly little pride? You know? Silly little pride. It's a question that I was contemplating, Steven. Matt Striker at one point turns to Vampiro and says, Vamp, you've done a lot of last luchador standing matches. Tell me about it. And Vampiro says, yeah, Matt, when I was married, but in all seriousness, no, I've never been in the last luchador standing match.
Yeah, when I was married. But in all seriousness,
yeah, no, you're wrong on that one, Matt. I've never wrestled in this kind of match, so shut the fuck up. Okay, do your research. Be a better journalist.
Like every divorced person's joked, you know. It's like, yeah, when I was married.
Yeah, when I was married, it was just like a last luchador standing match. That's what I'm gonna say when I'm divorced, Steven. That will be so cool. That will be sick
how many divorces?
As hell. For me, I think it's a one and done for me. I think if I get divorced, I'm calling it quits. I'm like, no, this is too much, and then I think I give up on love at that point. What about you?
My goal? 5 times.
5 time?
Dude, I don't get people who get like married at like age 20. That's crazy.
That is a little rough. But I get it. Like if you start your relationship in middle school or like at the age of like 14, you like by the time you're 20, you've known each other 6 years, right?
Well, like,
so like
if you're in college, like I feel like, or not college age, just like you don't have any money at 20, right? I feel like.
Yeah.
No.
But like I feel like most of the people that do get married.
High school.
Yeah, that's
crazy
weird
to me.
I feel like the majority of people who do get married around our age are military, right? And like that's why they're doing it for the benefits and stuff. So that makes a bit more sense.
Oh, they get cheated on a lot. Military, like.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, constantly. Yeah. And military men get cheated on.
And people we know. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh my goodness.
You think it's gonna happen to someone we know? Could be.
Who do we know?
Who's this person we know? We don't know. Or maybe we're making up some person in our head. You know? Who knows? Who knows? Anyways.
Are you talking about Shane Strickland? You think Killshot cheated on his wife, Steven?
There's no way. That guy's loyal, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you think MJF cheated on his girlfriend? His fiance?
There's rumors it was Liv Morgan he was cheating on with. That was funny. Because he said Liv. It was like the blowjob girl was Liv in his promo.
My goodness. Well, we'll have to look into it, Steven.
How would Bo Dallas feel about this, man? And his farm.
I really don't think the blowjob story was about Liv Morgan, because at the end of the story, the girl dies. And Liv Morgan, as far as I'm aware, is alive and well. So
fake Liv Morgan was a body clone.
Shit. That's wild.
Different Liv Morgans.
That is absolutely wild. So Steven, Vampiro is like no selling Matt on commentary. Mil Muertes, by the way, is not even watching this match when they cut to him. Matt Striker says, Mil Muertes is watching on from his throne, and they cut to him, and dude is looking anywhere else but the match.
Any other cut. They could use any other footage of Mil.
Uh-huh. They really could have.
One.
That
makes it spectacular.
And my favorite part of maybe this whole episode is at one point, Matt Striker's like, oh my god, look at Mil Muertes whenever Rey Fenix gets on the offensive. Look at Mil Muertes whenever Rey Fenix is in control. And they cut to Mil Muertes, and he's fucking rocking back and forth like a spaz, Steven. Like a dude can't handle himself when Rey Fenix is beating up King Cuerno.
Oh my goodness.
It is wild.
I'm a big wrestling fan, dude.
I guess so, but like, what wrestling fan is holding himself rocking back and forth? It's just...
Maybe he's so scared of Rey Fenix, you know? Maybe it's overstimulating his brain.
I guess so, but he was just going crazy, man. It was going crazy. Also...
Anyways...
Yeah?
Yes.
Tell me.
Also,
Anyways,
yes.
what, Steven? Guide this podcast. Do it, coward.
Anyways, Mr.
Cisco.
Phoenix man and Mr. Hunter man, right? They climb this ladder that's just there, right in front of a table.
No, what the fuck? King Cuerno grabs the ladder from, like, the entrance. He moves it over. He sets it up. He sets up a table. And then Rey Fenix... Well, actually, what first happens, Steven, is... he gets fucked up, Rey Fenix does, okay? Like, King Cuerno nails this insane-ass dive to the outside, right? With his King's Quiver. Then he grabs the ladder, knocks the fuck out of Rey Fenix with it, okay? Just nails him in the face. And then...
Should have killed him.
King Cuerno sets up the ladder, climbs it, and watches as the referee counts to 10. Because it's the last luchador standing match, of course, right? Your opponent has to be down for a count of 10. And the referee gets to an 8 count. And then King Cuerno climbs down the ladder, tells the referee to stop counting, and then fucks up Rey Fenix even more. Okay?
Throw the match, by the way. Big throw. Big throw.
Big throw. But honestly, is it that much of a throw? Because maybe he knew that Rey Fenix wasn't destroyed. And part of his deal with Catrina is that Rey Fenix has to be destroyed. So he gets back down off the ladder, beats the fuck out of Rey Fenix some more, sets up a table, but somehow after he set up the table, Rey Fenix got momentum back and then started beating up King Cuerno. Rey Fenix climbs up the ladder that's already been set up. King Cuerno follows him. Rey Fenix is faster. He climbs up on top of Dario's office from the top of the ladder, and then he knocks down the ladder that King Cuerno is now climbing. King Cuerno crashes to the ground.
He's
through
dead.
the table. King Cuerno's passed away. Referee counts to 10.
Rest in peace, Mr. Immortal
Rey
Champion.
Fenix is your winner. However, not the Gift of the Gods champion, because this was a non-title matchup.
Just a winner.
Yeah. And also, Rey Fenix is so cock-teasing here, because he's on top of Dario's office, and he does not jump off of it, which is lame as shit, okay? Instead, he just kind of, like, mocks King Cuerno, or sorry, he mocks Mil Muertes in his throne.
He points at Mil, and then pyros start off around the Lucha Underground logo. And it was sick and awesome.
Mil Muertes is pissed off. He's angry.
And Mil's like, grr, I'm gonna bury you, brother.
Hell yeah. Well, Steven, that is our main event of the evening, but the episode of Lucha Underground, Season 2, Episode 3 is not quite over.
Suddenly, the genre changed. We're in a CBS show about cops.
It seems that way. We cut to a key fob being scanned, Steven, and a lady with long legs is walking to her office. And we learn by her name tag, this lady's name is Captain Vasquez. And she walks to her desk in this horribly, horribly lit room. And she sits down and she says, "What do you got for me?" And we've never seen Captain Vasquez before, have we? Right?
No, we have not. Who is this woman, you know? Who is this captain? You know,
well, I want to ask you, who is she talking to, Steven? Because she says, "What do you got for me?" And the camera cuts to across her desk. And who is it?
It's one of the members of the crew. he's like...
No, tell me his name. Tell me his name.
No, you tell me his name.
Tell me the member of the crew, Steven.
You tell me his name.
We know Bale is dead. We know Mr. Cisco is not the man sitting across the table.
Yeah,
There's one member
Bill.
left. It's not Bill. Bill is in the Disciples of Death. Okay? Who is it? What's his name? Say his name. Acknowledge him.
Name.
Okay?
Say his name, Velveteen Dream. Say his name.
Oh, shit. His name, Steven.
Yeah.
Is Cortez Castro.
The shoe.
The shoe.
Astro?
What?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
And Cortez is telling the lady that he got an invitation to return to the temple from the new lady in charge, Catrina.
He's just reporting it to the office. You know?
Well, it's still confusing what's going on here. It does appear that Captain Vasquez is a police officer, but we know that Cortez Castro was nothing more than a street thug, okay? A hoodlum. And so we have to wonder, what is he doing in this police station? And it really quickly sinks in that Cortez Castro is himself a police officer.
What?
I know.
He was undercover the entire time?
And then Captain Vasquez exposes him. She says, Officer Reyes. That's not... Cortez Castro isn't his real name, Steven.
But he's not named after a shoe from Nike?
He's been a fraud. No, he's named after
a generic police name from a 90s cop thriller?
Well, no, his name in real life, I think, is Reyes. That's his last name in real life. So I think that's why. But it's okay. It's okay, because Officer Reyes, he's getting scolded by Captain Vasquez. She says, how many times do I have to tell you? If I hear any more convoluted stories about Chavo Guerrero and Mr. Cisco, I will lose it.
Shit, dude.
Exactly, right? Just tell me about the whereabouts of Dario Cueto. And Cortez is like, Captain Vasquez, I don't know where Dario is. No one does. And in fact, I don't understand why you didn't bring in Dario for questioning back when I told you about when he killed Bale. And then Captain Vasquez says...
He didn't kill Bale. You did.
Well, he was responsible for the killing of Bale.
Yeah.
He ordered the killing of Bale, you know?
Oh.
Yeah,
so is it the gun person or the gun who kills?
Well, there's a lot of elements here, because Dario
Mr.
ordered
Cisco
it.
and Cortez.
They kind of dragged him over, but they didn't do the killing. The one who did the killing was Matanza, you know, Dario's brother.
So like face off.
Yeah. So I don't really understand quite who's... They're accessories to murder, maybe, you know? And so either way, it's fine, because Cortez is a cop, so he can do that kind of thing.
Wait, so an undercover cop almost won the title.
The trios titles?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him, man.
What would happen? Like, would he stop being a cop at that point, or like?
Do you think that's why the crew is lost so much? Because Cortez has been throwing?
That actually might be like legit lore. That's like unintentional.
What?
That actually might be the reason why like they can explain these kinds of things. Yeah.
Maybe so. But that does explain why Mr. Cisco isn't winning all of his matches. You know, it makes sense. The ultimate handicap.
It's
someone's been throwing
on his team, of course.
God damn it.
And her name isn't Thunder Rosa this time.
It isn't. It is not. Steven, when Cortez is like, you should have brought him in when he killed Bale, Captain Vasquez responds and says, this is bigger than some street thug getting killed, okay? And you can tell that hurts Cortez Castro's feelings because he got close to Bale. Exactly.
He was a fan from the audience, okay? Bale, he was just watching the show. You know, he was a fan of this underground, maybe illegal ring.
Maybe.
Is this company legal? Is it? We don't. Is it? Is it underground? Is it public? Is it?
It's a great question.
We don't know.
We
actually don't know this.
We don't know.
He was just watching this ladder match.
I think so. It was like Big Rick versus Puma in a ladder match or some shit.
And he saw these two guys, right? Mr. Siskel and the other dude, the policeman.
Bill,
who wasn't
I think
a policeman.
Bill Reyes.
Phil Reyes.
Oh
Phil
shit!
Reyes.
Okay, yeah. You're right. You're right.
He saw this ugly man, this Puma dude. Maybe
that's hurtful.
Maybe Bale he saw his cousin, hearing stories about his cousin getting beat up by this Puma man who runs around LA beating up the homeless.
Do you think Bale himself was homeless?
Possibly. So Bale, he saw his chance to strike back at the oppressor that beats up homeless people, and he decided, this is my life now. I'm gonna work for Ezekiel Jackson.
I get it. I also would want to spend my life indentured to Ezekiel Jackson.
maybe he was just an innocent lost to this great war, you know, because he died.
The one of the 7 ancient Aztec tribes that Aerostar is trying to stop. That one?
Is he part of that storyline?
Oh shit!
The fucking Azteca storyline, wasn't he?
No, I don't know, man. I have no clue. But listen,
I don't know. Listen, with this.
Cortez asks a valid question. Cortez says, "Okay, you're obviously upset at me, Captain Vasquez. Are you pulling me out?" And Captain Vasquez is like, "No, silly. You're in too deep. You know what we're gonna do instead? We're gonna send someone else in. We're gonna give you a partner." And then Steven, Redacted walks in.
This is awesome. This
Lollipop
was
in
awesome.
mouth. Listen.
This was awesome.
Redacted shows
He's
up.
so cool.
Yeah. I mean, he was at the time at least mustache, body hair, going crazy.
You think he
right?
also sexually harassed Captain Velasquez?
Well, I don't know who Captain Velasquez is, but I know Captain Vasquez.
Captain Vasquez?
Yeah. Who knows? And even if Redacted did try to sexually harass her, that's a Phoenix Catrina situation where thank God the woman's in power.
I'm just saying, the gimmicks match, man. The gimmicks match.
It's true. But the Captain Vasquez says, "You two, Redacted and Cortez Castro, you have to pretend like you don't know one another. You have to pretend like you hate one another." And then Cortez, in his, God bless his soul, but he is not an actor. He says,
I'm a
that
wrestler,
won't be hard.
Not an actor. Which is the same thing you think about it, but
Oh yeah, I heard Liv Morgan say like wrestling is just like acting. But I watched her in Chucky. She's wrong. Okay, she's dead wrong.
Watched her die in Chucky. Wasn't it sick?
It was. She was
like,
pretty badass,
"Hi, Chucky,"
actually.
in that tone of voice.
Fuck yeah, fuck. Are you saying she was trying to seduce Chucky? Is that what you're implying, Steven?
You think she knows how to act around like this green CGI doll?
It's a great question. It's a really great question. Steven, they have one mission. Redacted, Cortez Castro, and Captain Vasquez have one mission, and it is bring down Dario Cueto.
But how could that? He's been gone for 6 months. Do they have any leads? Have any clues to this man disappearing?
That's why they have to go back to the temple.
Why was he underground for so long? They could have just like arrested him when he murdered Bale, because you know that's an actual murder. You know,
well, it's bigger than some street thug, Steven. Okay.
But it's a legit crime scene because he fed this innocent street guy.
No. He's committed bigger crimes.
Man.
Like he's committed bigger crimes, like money laundering and maybe like forging work visas. So like
kidnapping?
Oh, he did do he has false imprisonment is maybe one of them. Yeah. Huh. Like holding hostages. Like maybe he has committed some bad things. But again, murder, we can get someone put away for life. So why not just get him on that? You know?
Anyways.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
That's the episode, you know?
Yeah.
We learned some great stuff. We became a different show, you know? Now we're a cop thriller from the 90s, also based in LA, like the movie Predator 2.
It's true. It's your
That's
big debut.
2.
Big debut from Redacted and Thunder Rosa this episode, which is kind of huge.
I'm a big fan of Redacted, you know? That guy
was
awesome.
A big fan of Redacted at the time. Yeah. Who wasn't back then, Steven? I mean, Jim Cornette wasn't. But, you know, aside from him.
He was in the right, you know? Maybe Jim Cornette was in the right.
I don't know. Maybe so. You think that's why Jim Cornette never liked Redacted? Was because he knew about the allegations?
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like, it was pretty obvious that his gimmick would match the allegations, you know?
Listen, how do you feel about the allegations that Jim Cornette is a cuck?
Is that like actually like a thing?
Well, I can't say 100% because I personally have never cucked Jim Cornette.
Again, we don't know what he thinks. We just know what he says.
We just know
what he says.
What he says, and what he says is fuck Redacted. And at this point, I tend to agree.
Fuck my wife Redacted. That's what he also said.
Oh, you think he wants that to happen?
Maybe that's why he's mad, you know?
That's kind of cool. Well, just like a little bit of promo, Steven, because, you know, like we promote ourselves a lot on this podcast. I just want to give a shout out to, like, you know, the people that are on these shows that we're watching. If you want to support Redacted today, you can go to, I believe it's the Animal Kingdom.
No, he got fired.
Oh,
because people aren't allowed to have jobs once they cancel.
You can probably find him on like Patreon or some shit. I bet he's there.
Maybe LinkedIn?
But don't support him because he's redacted. So Steven, we need to talk about what else happened in wrestling when this episode of Lucha Underground aired. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Do you think you're about ready to do it?
Maybe I am.
Okay.
Maybe
well,
not.
then let's go ahead. Hey guys, it is February 10th of 2016.
2016, oh my god.
This was the year, Steven. This was the year in wrestling. WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. The brand split. The Shane McMahon return. So much this year. Okay, so much.
The CM Punk UFC career.
That did happen, and it's funny you bring that up because we may or may not have some 2016 news about the CM Punk UFC career. I have to be honest, we have quite the list of current events for this week in wrestling, Steven, from February 10th of 2016. A lot went down, and it started in December, honestly. If we're going to time travel a few months back, because it just came out in February that a couple months ago, officials from Lucha Underground had a secret meeting with top officials at WWE.
What? What?
It has come out that Triple H and some WWE guy whose last name is Seaman, they had a meeting with Lucha Underground. Mr. Seaman. And nothing came of it. No pun intended, Steven. Nothing happened in the meeting. It was just kind of like a standstill. And then more news came out that Lucha Underground also had a meeting with Total Nonstop Action.
Wow.
And something did come out of this. Yeah, TNA proposed a WrestleMania weekend show where they would collaborate. And Lucha Underground said, no, we're not interested.
It worked last time for TNA, you know, that collaborative show.
Yeah, you think so? Mm-hmm. You like that Kenny Omega run on Impact? Circa 2021.
I like that Jeff Hardy run he had at New Japan. That was awesome.
Oh
dude.
Shit, that was pretty cool too. That was pretty cool. I liked Okada's run in TNA, honestly.
That was the best.
Yeah, I tend to think so. Listen, no one can ever talk shit about Okada's run in TNA ever again, because New Japan had Pig beat Okada. Okay? New Japan had Pig beat him.
Who the fuck is Pig?
Everyone knows Pig, Steven.
Who the heck
Everyone knows Pig.
Who the heck is Pig?
Listen, people will learn in due time who Pig is. We just got to have a current event about him. So
awesome.
Listen. Lucha Underground was like, nah, fuck you, TNA. You guys are bottom of the barrel bullshit. We don't want to team with you. And so they didn't.
You know what we're teaming up with? We're teaming up with MLW.
Yo.
Right there.
Hell yeah, they are. And unfortunately, because negotiations went nowhere between Lucha Underground and WWE, it appears WWE is starting to fall apart. They had some budget cuts. They had some releases, Steven. And unfortunately, the NXT brand had to say goodbye to Bull Dempsey and 4 guys I didn't know.
No.
It couldn't be.
Not 4 guys I didn't know.
No, and Sylvester LaFour? Who the fuck is that? You know? Marcus Louis?
Were they like tryout guys that just made it in, but then they didn't make it in after?
I don't know, but their dream was crushed. Their careers cut short, Steven. They spent their whole lives working for this one goal, only to see it cut out from under them on February 10th of 2016. I miss Bull Dempsey to this day. Okay? I really do.
Aaron Bull Dempsey was awesome. Remember his great segment where he was told that he was fat? That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he like banging on a vending machine or some shit? That was sick.
This is awesome.
I can't remember if we booked him banging on a vending machine or if it really happened. I really can't remember. But shouts out.
You think he would have been over if his gimmick was just being really obsessed with fast food and vending machine products?
Yo, that would have been sick as hell.
2016 NXT.
Ooh, like he was late for his entrance every week because he was too busy at the vending machine.
Would that get over? I think it would.
Or like it ate his dollar. Like he refused to wrestle until William Regal would reimburse him because the vending machine ate his dollar and didn't give him food. Maybe. Listen, Steven, this is the gimmick. It's
a very dangerous gimmick because you're not supposed to shake vending machines because they could crush you.
Maybe that's how they send. Like we know that he's getting released, so his send off is getting crushed by a vending machine.
That's when they kill them all. Is there like a WWE death that's canon? The Good Brothers survived death, you know.
Ooh, that is kind of true. I forgot about
Finn
that one.
survived death twice.
Katie Vick did not come back to life. Like, that is for sure.
We did see her corpse though.
That's true. Paul Bearer hasn't come back to life. His ashes were thrown on the Undertaker. He can't come back to life.
That's
okay?
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What a good taste.
It's
a good taste for a storyline.
Badass. So
what was the one Charlotte Flair promo when they talked about her dead brother?
The Soraya one where she was like,
awesome.
"You're a disgrace, just like your dead brother." I think we talked about
crowd,
that.
People are like, "Oh, she has a dead brother? I didn't know that. I didn't know her other brother, David Flair, my favorite wrestler from WCW 20."
Mine too.
20?
2020. That was peak WCW for me, man. Was 2020.
Yeah. You remember like the W storyline where it's like Sheamus in the UK, and they banded together of like Drew McIntyre, William Regal,
the League of Nations. What?
And Sheamus, they were like taking over the WWE by winning every title ever, and then in the end, Sheamus won every title ever, including the tag team titles.
Are you talking to me about a WWE 2K storyline?
Yeah, well, this is W13, I think.
Okay, well, listen, that's fucked up. I don't want to hear about this anymore, Steven. Okay, that was the last WWE game I played was WWE 13, so it obviously didn't have a positive effect on me. Okay,
wow.
The actual reason is I didn't have a new gen console, so I had to stop buying the games. But
man,
listen,
that's so sad.
I know it was a little sad for me, but we live, we learn, and it saved me a lot of time in life. Okay, because you know what I would do, Steven? Is I would never play the story modes in wrestling games, right?
I'll go universe mode.
I wouldn't do that either. I would simply play Royal Rumbles over and over again, and I would keep a journal with the list of all the winners of the Royal Rumbles I would play. And that was it.
Is this your headcanon? Like, why'd you keep a list of all the winners? What?
I think I wanted, like, statistics. I was obsessed with statistics. Like, when I would play with my action figures, I had my own, like, a little figure fed going on. I would, like, keep, like, histories of, like, who won the titles. It's like a fed,
you know? It's like, that makes sense. Yeah. This isn't a fed, it's just the Royal Rumble.
But for me, it wasn't a fed either. Like, I wasn't booking shows back when I would play with my action figures. I would do full storylines in one sitting, right? So I would, like, skip ahead months in one, like, sitting. So
like, it's like my universe mode, but, like, fast forward.
Kind of. It's like my universe mode, but I'm only paying attention to one wrestler.
That's what I'm doing right now. I have a storyline right now where Sergeant Slaughter in the Marvel Universe.
Yo.
Spider-Man.
That's so cool. You're a big Sergeant Slaughter guy?
Yeah.
What years did Sergeant Slaughter wrestle?
1989.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Steven?
I love his move, the Cobra Clutch. The Camel Clutch.
And?
Backbreaker.
That was a pretty good one. Did you like when he was commissioner of the WWF?
I liked when he joined the Iraqis.
Oh. Okay,
that was pretty cool.
But what about the time he was in the ring and DX put on windshields on their face so they could avoid the spit from Sergeant Slaughter's mouth? Did you like that?
Is that gonna be a storyline somehow where like Asuka spits at someone's face, but it's revealed that they have face paint on, so it doesn't affect them?
Yo,
oh my
that
goodness.
Would be so sick. Or like she spits in Axiom's face and it doesn't affect him. That would be badass.
He speaks in Spanish. Ha! I have a mask on, dumbass.
Fuck yeah. Or Finn Balor's like Daft
like...
Punk mask too. Shit, man.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be sick as hell.
You think that's gonna be a storyline in AEW where someone spits into Orange Cassidy's face, but since he has sunglasses on, he can still see.
Yo, that would be sick.
We're booking for you, best friends.
Why did they stop? When Orange Cassidy was on the indies, he would always come to the ring with a bottle of orange juice and then spit it in his opponent's faces. I don't know why he has stopped doing this. This was a killer spot.
Probably because of COVID, you know? Maybe that was the reason why,
fuck.
You know?
But he was wrestling for AEW before COVID.
Can Triple H still, like, spit water at people?
Ooh, great question. Well, Hangman Page, I think, has gone back to, like, drinking beer from the fans. Drink beer from the fans. So I think it's, like, okay, you know?
Are they plants?
You think they're planting the beer
Wasn't the guy who drew, like, a soda at MJF a plant?
Do you think that's the reason CM Punk has shoot heat with Hangman Page? Because he is an alcoholic? I've never connected these dots.
Oh my gosh. Does that mean he hates one of the Usos for getting multiple DUIs?
He definitely hates one of the Usos for getting multiple DUIs, Steven. I think that's Jimmy. Steven.
One that doesn't get pushed? Yeah.
This is February 10th, 2016, and there are rumors that Samoa Joe, who has recently debuted in WWE, is going to be called up to the main roster after WrestleMania 32. Okay?
What?
I know. These are the rumors happening. The rumors are that it's going to be a quick call-up. He's not going to have a run with the NXT title, and he's going straight to the main roster after just a few months in NXT. Steven?
I hope he doesn't get injured like 20 times in a commercial shoot. That would really suck for him.
That would be kind of tough, but that doesn't happen yet, okay? He does become NXT champion, and it's about like another year before he debuts. So like, these rumors were wrong.
You remember his first theme song in NXT?
I remember it being bad, but I couldn't like sing it for you.
It was like the who, hut, and then like the Godzilla roar. And then it's like generic, like Matt Riddleson, like
yo, bro,
like that. But for Samoa Joe coming out.
Listen, they figured it out. Like, I'm okay with the growing pains because what we got to eventually was so good. Okay, I mean, that Godzilla theme is unmatched.
The thing is, it would have fit with like old indie Samoa Joe, you know, from like Ring of Honor. Maybe, I don't know.
Also, I remember at the time everyone being like, "Oh my gosh, Samoa Joe signing with WWE, but he's so old." Dude was 37 at the time. And
he's
like
so
we
old.
Thought he was so old. Like that's wild to me, you know?
He's so old, just like fucking 40-year-old Bobby Roode.
Oh fuck, Bobby Roode's old as shit. Bobby Lashley's like 45 or some shit, which is kind of wild, you know?
Super jacked, so he's not that going
on
for him. Good for
Bobby. He is. Yeah. BH Bob Lashley. Steven, there are also, remember those rumors I told you about last week that Undertaker's opponent at WrestleMania is currently set to be Braun Strowman, the Black Sheep?
Wait, as the Black Sheep?
As the Black Sheep. Not as the monster among men, but as the Black Sheep.
Oh my goodness, what happened? Well, have planes
Well, Vince McMahon was really hot on brown pants Braun Strowman at the time, okay? But there was so much backlash that apparently this match has been nixed. This match has been nixed from WrestleMania's card. What? Undertaker will no longer be fighting the Black Sheep. I'm sorry to tell you.
Dang. This would have helped his career so much.
Really would have. Exposing him on the grandest stage in the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I guess so. But Steven, the important news. CM Punk has his first opponent in the UFC announced. Okay?
Who could it be? Who?
There was a qualifying match that happened this week between Mike Jackson and Mickey Gall, both men making their UFC debuts.
I thought it was just I thought it wasn't UFC. Wasn't it something else?
Well, it was under the UFC like name. It was like one of their ESPN like offshoots or whatever. Because they found Mickey Gall on Dana White's Looking for a Fight, which was like this online series that they were doing. And Mickey Gall
kisses his dad on the lips.
Maybe Mickey Gall like beats somebody, right? And then he gets on the microphone and he's like, "Yo, Dana, I know you're watching. I want to fuck up CM Punk." And then Dana was like, "Oh shit, okay."
You think Mickey Gall could work in the WWE, like unironically speaking, if he were to switch careers to be a wrestler?
I don't know anything about Mickey Gall, man. Aside from he's like New Jersey trash, he's tall, and he beat CM Punk, you know?
He was like undefeated for a bit, then I guess.
No, he was like 3-0. Like he beat Mike Jackson, CM Punk, and then Sage Northcutt, and then he's lost every other match since. Not really, man.
Undefeated for 3 matches, dude. That's pretty impressive.
The only impressive win was Sage Northcutt. Technically, CM Punk doesn't even have a loss against Mike Jackson. You know?
CM Punk's also 0-1 right now. 0-1.
Exactly. 1-0-1, I think, would be his record, right? Yeah. Let's go.
Wait, I just realized, why did they pick Mick Jackson?
Why did they pick Mike Jackson?
Is it just because he lost to Mickey Gall? Was that why?
I think so. Like he was, I guess.
There's just a shitty can. I was like, all right, this guy's more of a can than the other can.
They thought like maybe Punk would have a chance. Evidently not. But yeah, so Mickey Gall is officially the opponent because he beat Mike Jackson in a qualifying match. And CM Punk came out. They did a little like acknowledgement. Very fun.
Very awesome.
Steven, I have bad news
for Mickey Gall. and CM
I have
Punk.
really bad news.
Yes.
Really fake journalist Ariel Helwani has reported that CM Punk needs back surgery. CM Punk got injured during training.
Ow.
CM Punk herniated a disc in his back. He herniated a disc while training.
Badly? They don't have like a belt on? The Cody belt?
He was fighting at Rufus Sport. Also, for an example of someone training properly and not getting injured should not be Cody Rhodes. I just want to put that out there. Man didn't even get injured on WWE television, and they kept him off of TV for a year.
You know,
dude got injured at a gym in like Idaho.
It's kind of crazy how he recovered from injuring himself lifting weights. You know,
Cody.
Like, how do you recover from that? You know, like
you're thinking he should have just retired.
Like if you're a wrestler, right, and you get injured working out, how do you recover from that? From like
like
buried,
in the eye of the fan.
Yeah.
You know how you do it? You have a 5-star match in a steel cage with Seth Rollins with your your pec rather like a solid purple.
Your fucking
That's how you do it, man.
Blackened titty.
Your blackened titty. I have to imagine the next action figure I buy, Steven, because it's been a while before I purchased a wrestling figure. Last one was Thunder Rosa. If they make a CM Punk with a black pec, I will do it. I will buy it. You know?
CM Punk. Yeah.
Steven, why don't you show the video listeners of Following Lucha your Sergeant Slaughter action figure, by the way? Because it looks badass.
Listeners, look at this. So I got this Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe figure, right? From today, from the Mercari. And really dope, dude. Pretty sick.
I always thought Mercari was like a scam site. This is so good to know that
it's just
not.
eBay. It's all just eBay. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, you can still get scammed, but like it's just eBay.
But are they? Because eBay is very good about if you get scammed, they'll refund you. Does Mercari do that?
Who knows?
Who's to say? You should tell them you got scammed and see if they give you a refund.
Just be a dick.
Yeah, just lie. Is that fraud? I think you should do that. So, Steven, Ariel Helwani reports CM Punk needs back surgery. The fight is delayed even further than it's already been, and now there are conspiracy theories swirling that CM Punk never intends to fight in the UFC. This is merely a publicity stunt. What say you?
It's pretty accurate. I can totally see that happening.
I wish at this point it were a publicity stunt.
Maybe it was at first, and then after everybody's like, "Oh shit, people are actually like giving me money for this shit." Oh man.
No. CM Punk is just maybe had a little bit of an overinflated ego and thought he could enter mixed martial arts at age 37. I think this is more realistic. You know.
Why did he do it the second time?
Because he thought it was a shoo-in. He thought he'd be able to beat Mike Jackson.
Oh.
Evidently not. Which is tough.
So like everyone that lost to CM Punk in AEW is just buried, right? Like completely because of this?
Well, no, Steven. Mixed martial arts uses a completely different skill set and different assets than professional
but Bobby
wrestling.
Fish, like, is a jobber and he won his match, didn't he? In MMA? Or was it just boxing?
That was boxing. That was boxing where he like used his feet.
Good for him.
So yeah, good for him. Good for Bobby.
It's kickboxing,
good
of course.
For Bobby. Steven.
Anyways,
more big news. Natalya, the Natty Neidhart, the Natty by nature, she has now wrestled her 800th match.
Wow. What's her win rate? I want to know.
Good.
I legit want to know.
I'm not your person. I don't have these Natty stats committed to memory, Steven. You can look it up.
She's a house show jobber? I assume that's what she was, right? At the time?
I can't imagine her winning very many matches. I don't remember her ever being women's champion, which is really unfortunate for her.
Where's she Divas?
No, I don't.
She was. She beat Naomi, right? Or lost to Naomi.
When?
One of them.
I don't remember. I don't remember her champion like ever. I just know her from Total Divas being awesome. So
she was kind of insane in Total Divas, wasn't she? Right?
Oh, the most insane. But you love her for it, you know? You love her and
kinda
two paws for it.
Kind of quirky.
Yeah. You a big fan of her sister?
Oh, I know Jim Ross is.
Oh shit, I know Big E is. So let's go. Oh my, get those four in a room, Steven. Oh my god. That'd be exciting.
Can you imagine?
Imagine the smell. Hell yeah. Steven, now let's get to the main event. the biggest news from this week in pro wrestling of 2016. WWE Raw is emanating from Seattle, Washington. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there are rumors going around early in this day that Daniel Bryan has reportedly given his notice to WWE. He has requested his notice.
What?
His release, rather. And apparently WWE said, Mr. Danielson, you don't know how contracts work because you are not able to do that. You've been injured for 7 months. We can just freeze your contract. We are not letting you go. And then Daniel Bryan was like, shit.
Shit. Well,
all the wrestling journalists
kind of sucks.
At least this is what the wrestling journalists at the time claim. And then the wrestling journalists are like, if Daniel Bryan wants out of his contract, he has to take WWE to court. And
of course. Because the contract he signed. Of course.
Hell yeah. Then
I know how
a few hours
work.
later, Daniel Bryan takes to Twitter, you know? And he does not pull a Ty Dillinger. You remember when Ty Dillinger was like, hey guys, I requested my release. I'm leaving. And then like kind of forced their hand.
Said.
Oh yeah, but that didn't work for him. Daniel Bryan instead said, hey guys, tune in to Raw tonight in Seattle. I'm going to retire. And then Raw happened and Daniel Bryan cut his grateful promo and he retired. And Aubrey Edwards was there and the Da Vinci boys were there. And it was a sad time, Steven.
And then
Daniel Bryan is officially never going to wrestle again. How does that make you feel?
That's so sad. Like, Daniel Bryan was so sick. I loved his match against Sheamus.
Yeah, that was a good one.
At WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 28 with AJ Lee at ringside.
Against CM Punk at main event.
Ooh, no, that was a pretty good one.
I
Me personally, I liked his match with Caval from SmackDown in 2010. But that's me personally. I know Caval isn't everyone's taste.
I like Caval versus Tyler Rex. That was a really good match.
Ooh, yeah, no, I'm a big Tyler Rex guy. Big Tyler Rex guy.
You know Tyler Rex isn't even Tyler Rex anymore? I think they're trans now.
Yeah, we talked about it on this podcast, Steven. I told you that news.
Are they still anti-vax?
Who's to say? Who is to say,
Or anti-mask
Steven?
were they? I don't remember.
I have no clue. I don't do these weekly check-ins on Tyler Rex like I know you do. So you're really the source for that kind of stuff. But Steven, Da Vinci is there. Aubrey's there. Daniel's leaving wrestling. So sad. Daniel gets out of the ring and he gets an ovation from the entire locker room on the ramp. He walks back. He meets Brie Bella. They hug. They kiss. It's sad. It's emotional. Vince is there even. Vince is there on the ramp and he's saying goodbye to Daniel, thanking him for everything he's contributed to this industry. And there's another man on that stage with Daniel Bryan. Steven,
who is it?
Do you know who that other man is?
Was it Vince McMahon?
No, Vince is there, as we established.
Oh, okay.
The other man I'm talking about is, he's one half of the primetime players.
No!
His name is Titus O'Neal.
No!
Oorah, 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 oorah,
Oorah,
Steven.
oorah, oorah.
And, let's fast forward a little bit, okay? This is Raw, where Daniel Bryan retires. Let's fast forward to SmackDown, where Titus O'Neal has just taken a plane from, I believe,
from wrestling.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know, but he is in 2016.
Visiting like an elementary school at some wrestling club.
Yeah, I see all the wrestlers do that shit. You know, I saw Sasha do that shit. I saw a lot of people.
Right.
Just because you visit an elementary school doesn't mean you're retired.
Did they know he was a wrestler? The kids?
Great question. That's a great question. Little 8-year-old me would have known. Little 8-year-old me would have been psyched. Steven, Titus O'Neal takes a plane from his home in Florida to wherever the fuck in Washington they're going to be, or Oregon they're going to be for SmackDown. And he arrives to the venue after flying across the country, literally from one end, like one corner to the other. Arrives to the venue and is told upon his arrival that he's been suspended from the WWE and he should go home. He's not welcome in the locker room. He has been suspended.
What?
And
but Titus is
yeah,
one half of the primetime players. Why would
he is.
suspend him?
They were just tag champs less than a year ago. You know.
What could have happened?
What could have happened? It's a great question. He must have been confused himself. The reason that WWE put out in their press release is that Titus O'Neal was suspended for unprofessional conduct, Steven. And what happened is on the stage, after Daniel Bryan retired, Vince McMahon was about to leave, follow Daniel Bryan to the back of the locker room. And I watched a video of this, Steven. It was on the WWE network for a few days, and there was a couple of fan cam that grabbed some footage of this.
K-pop fan cams? What?
Exactly. And Titus O'Neal is on that stage with Vince and Daniel, and as Vince goes to follow Daniel, you see Titus O'Neal seemingly grab Vince's arm after everyone like says goodbye. And Titus says something to Vince, right? Like whispers something in his ear. You see Vince then square up like he's boxing and do a couple of pretend jabs at Titus, and he smiles and laughs, does Vince McMahon.
Like
I've watched
the meme of they've hit the Pentagon.
I mean, sure. Yeah, and Vince McMahon loves the news that they've hit the Pentagon. He starts, again, shadow boxing Titus O'Neal and laughing, right?
Uh-huh.
And again, I watched this footage so many times last night, trying to prepare for this podcast, and that is my best interpretation. Titus taps him on the arm, grabs him, says something funny. Vince McMahon is like playfully jabbing at him and laughs. This was the unprofessional conduct that Titus got suspended for.
Was it racially influenced, this suspension?
Do you think he pulled over Vince, like got in his ear and said, "You're a cracker"? You think that's what happened? Because that'd be really messed up. You can't say that kind of stuff, okay?
Oh
Vince has experienced oppression his entire life, okay? That is unacceptable, Steven.
Wait, was it Vince who suspended him, or was it like some other dude?
It had to have been Vince. Like, who the fuck? You think Johnny Ace saw it and was like, that is unacceptable? Johnny Ace heard him say the C word and got offended?
I could totally see that happening. Johnny Ace just like firing him for that.
That's so sad. Johnny Ace wanted to fire him. Vince got it lowered to a suspension. Damn.
Oh, man.
It's good to know Titus
is
that kind of pull.
Week?
Well, like, I don't know. I feel like the big news is that Titus got suspended. What say you, Steven? Where do you weigh in? Do you think Titus deserves it for being racist?
I mean, he used it for his own self-gain, didn't he? The suspension.
How so?
Now he's like making a lot of money, not even like taking bumps anymore, just like going around and promoting WWE around the world.
So you're saying he took advantage of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company?
Yeah. Well, because like, well, was he suspended? Like actually suspended for a bit, or was he like suspended and like they realized they messed up and they just unsuspended him?
I don't know yet. We'll probably find out next week.
Plus, he gets paid
in
too
the current event.
I don't think I'd be mad if I got suspended. You know, like.
You probably don't get paid as much because you used to get like bonuses. Like you have like a minimum, right? Like a guarantee.
I mean, I don't think he's really concerned about money either. You know, you gotta hang out with his family for a bit too. Like his son that he kisses on the lips. Like
Steven, you're defending. You are defending what is a blatant act of racism on behalf of WWE.
I see.
How dare you?
Again, this is February.
Guess what?
So you're being racist here. So
me being racist?
Say what, dude?
I'm saying Titus was suspended because, like, if that were Seth Rollins who did it, Seth wouldn't have gotten suspended.
Remember when Seth?
I guarantee Seth wouldn't have got
people
suspended.
got mad at Seth for a bit because he called like the guy who attacked him. What was it? What do you call him again?
I don't know, but be careful here.
Right? Remember when that guy like attacked Seth Rollins from the back? And
yeah, no, I do. The one who's clearly intellectually disabled. Yeah.
Choked him out and called him boy. And then people said, why did he call the black guy boy? That's kind of racist, Seth Rollins. That was a thing for like a second. I remember that. I was there. I met Seth Rollins. He told me that he said that.
Wow. That's cool. That's awesome. I will. If I ever meet Seth Rollins again, you know, I met him at Access many, many years ago, Steven. If I meet him again, I'm going to ask him, what happened when Titus O'Neal got suspended? You were there. Like, what did you see happen? Really trying to get to the bottom of it.
What happened? You don't even ask Titus. Ask like Darian Young, you know. I'm sure he would be pretty easily available.
Yeah, well, I don't know who Darian Young is, but if I ever come across him in my life and my travels, I will be certain to question him on it,
Anyways, is there anything else this week?
I met Darren Young one time at Access as well, but I only met him because they put him and Zack Ryder together at a signing, and we only wanted to meet Zack Ryder. So we have a photo of my dad and me with Zack Ryder, and then Darren Young is like kind of cut out of it, which I think is really funny. So
Story of his life.
Shouts out Darren Young. Yeah, a little bit. But no, that is all the news I have from the week of February 10th, 2016.
Oh my goodness.
Steven.
That was so exciting. Week, suspensions, retirements.
Some Ariel Helwani news. I'm excited for it,
Why is that the hill people die on? Who the fuck cares about wrestling journalism?
Listen.
Why is the hill people die on? It's so stupid.
I listened to an Ariel Helwani clip earlier this week about his whole Tony Khan thing. Because, guys, if you listen to last week's episode, if you were following wrestling, it was so funny. WWE had SmackDown in Canada. Ariel Helwani, who was like the premier mixed martial arts journalist, he did like a stand-up segment as a broadcaster for WWE because they were in his hometown. And Tony Khan was evidently watching SmackDown, saw Ariel Helwani, and then tweeted out that Ariel Helwani is a fake bad journalist, the equivalent of Tony Schiavone. Just really weird.
Wait, Tony Schiavone worked for you, Tony?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, but I get it. I get it.
He's your boy that you hired.
He is, well, because obviously Tony Schiavone is not a real journalist at this point in his career. He's being paid for and paid by AEW, right? So he's a little biased. He's implying that Ariel can't be an unbiased journalist because he's being paid by WWE. Fair enough. I loved Ariel's response, where he was like, I don't give a shit. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do it. I had to make sure that tweet was real. I thought it was fake at first. I thought people were trolling me with a fake verified account. And also, I'm not a wrestling journalist. I'm an MMA journalist. Wrestling's like dumb and stupid. I don't care about wrestling. I'm not a wrestling journalist. Like
that's so dude.
I only do my wrestling interviews because I'm like contractually obligated by BT Sports. So like, yeah, I don't care. BT Sport?
Or is that Sky? Maybe thinking of Sky Sports.
Sky is the UK thing. Yeah, Ariel Helwani's in Canada or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was real funny. He was just like, I'm not a wrestling journalist, which is the best excuse. But dude, that's the best excuse for Ariel Helwani because Ariel Helwani is not a wrestling journalist. Ariel Helwani is a legitimate MMA journalist. He is like the Dave Meltzer of MMA, right?
I don't think, is he even the Dave Meltzer of MMA? Is he like,
well, like
Dave Meltzer?
We're talking like Dave Meltzer like 2016, okay? Now the more accurate representation, he's like the Sean Ross Sapp of MMA, right? But he's been doing it for like 15 years. But what I hate is when I hear Sean Ross Sapp try to claim he's not a wrestling journalist. And it's like, motherfucker,
of course.
Your whole career is wrestling journalism. Don't pull that shit now. Okay, just because you got a couple stories wrong and you tweeted that Saudi Arabia was buying WWE, okay, it doesn't mean you're not a real journalist now. It just means you're a bad journalist. Okay? Listen, okay.
Why is this that people die on? Who the fuck cares?
I'm off my high horse.
Well, like, it's like getting mad about fucking journalism for Broadway plays, It's
you can't spend years of your life shitting on all like the Wrestling Inc. websites and being like, oh man, I'm real reporting. And then the moment you get something wrong, like colossally wrong that your career should be ended about, then claim, I've never been a wrestling journalist. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's not how it works.
Control F journalist.
Exactly.
Anyways, it's time to play the sound effect for the next segment for this week.
I guess. Let's get to the current events, Steven. Let's do it. Steven!
Yes.
What is today?
Today is the 2/25/23.
Yeah.
20?
It's the current day. It's today. This podcast comes out on a Monday or something. So whatever day that is, Steven, we need to talk all the current events in professional wrestling. I don't have many this week.
I got a really cool story.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Hit me with it.
Former WWE superstar, current WWE Hall of Famer, current reality TV show superstar, Nikki Bella, talking on her podcast about her experiences in the WWE.
Okay.
That's what she had to say. They push who they want the crowd to be behind. Perception is reality. That is WWE to a T. Even though the fans think they own it, no. They laugh in the back. No. We own you at the end of the day.
Nikki Bella owns me? That's not good.
Thanks, Nikki Bella.
Nikki, I've said this for a long time. I think Nikki Bella is one of the brightest minds in professional wrestling, and untapped kind of well in that sense, where like you hear a lot of credit go to people like the Bryan Danielsons, the Samoa Joes, the Claudio Castagnoli's, the Sami Zayns, even, right? As like these wells, these wells even of knowledge. These are the people that the Wheeler Uters learn from, right?
Oh, I see.
And so,
all these Uterus fans,
I feel like, again, someone who should be in that kind of role, someone who should be like a mentor for like the youth of today in pro wrestling, should maybe like have their own wrestling school, is a Nikki Bella. Right, I feel like she has a lot to offer this sport, at least in terms of like intellectualism.
She was self-built, okay? She was so self-built, they built an entire division around her.
It's true.
That's how important Nikki Bella is to wrestling.
It's true, Steven. So like, I don't know. I think of people like my sister in real life, Steven. My sister who's 4 years older than me. And one of her favorite celebrities is Nikki Bella.
Looks like Charlotte Flair.
Right? My sister looks like Charlotte Flair? That's so rude.
Looks
my
like
sister would hate to hear that. Oh shit,
man.
like mole Charlotte Flair? That's even more hurtful. What the fuck?
Goodness.
That's pre-surgery Charlotte Flair. My sister's gonna be devastated.
You're so mean at Charlotte Flair.
Listen, Charlotte Flair is fine and all, but obviously she's had
pelvis muscles.
I don't have anything to say about her pelvis. I just know that Charlotte Flair has popped her fake implants a couple of times and also got her mole removed. You know, these are aesthetic changes she chose to make. And you're comparing my sister. If you had a big mole,
would you remove them?
It depends where it is, you know? I think Charlotte's honestly added to like the balance of her face.
It's on her face, right?
It was like on her chin or something, like by her chin.
I think it depends on like the size and like.
Yeah. No, Charlotte's was like more like a beauty mark. I really like hers. I think like legitimately was like it helped balance her face.
Maybe it's not like a volcano erupting, you know?
Oh, like Jillian Hall level mole. Like you got to get that shit figured out,
right?
Well, yeah, like if you can find a man to eat that shit for you, go ahead and do it, right?
Well, that did happen, didn't it?
Well, Steven, I don't know if you know, but Jillian Hall's mole was a work. It was fake. I think it eaten by the boogeyman. I don't think he actually ate it.
But he eats worms. That's actually real though. That he actually eats worms.
No, man, those are worked worms. Those are worked worms.
Why does he eat actual worms?
Those are worked worms,
Imagine
man.
Being like a guy who works at the arena and seeing this man bring a bucket of worms and bugs. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want our arena get infected with bugs. That'd really suck.
They're worms. Worms don't like infest like that, man. Simply stomp on it, right?
I don't know. You got any better news than Nikki Bella? Of course, self-made Nikki Bella.
Self-made Nikki Bella. I mean, I don't know, man. I wish we could get Nikki Bella on this podcast and pick her brain a little bit, because I feel like
she says, not what she thinks, and who knows what she thinks, you know?
Who knows? Who knows? Only Nikki, and I'm excited to really get into it. I am so excited to get into it. I'm also excited to get into some other psyches of some women wrestlers, even of some female WWE superstars. As I saw on Twitter this week that the Carmella is upset.
Why would she be upset?
Well, she's not. She really didn't care. But she said that all the people at 2K are just video game nerds at the end of the day. They're just some video game nerds. And do you know why she said that about the developers at 2K?
Why? Was it because of her overall score being like?
Yeah, they gave her a 79 overall.
Dang, dude. After 2 miscarriages, and
it's tough.
Is it ectopic? Is that what it's called? Ectopic pregnancy? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. I
almost killed her.
Oh, that's so sad. Ectoscopic or something. I have no idea. Yeah. But either way,
not a
Steven,
good year for Carmella, you know.
Not a good year for Mella. Mella is money. However, she is also a 79 overall. But again, that's just the opinion of some video game nerds. So she is not going to let it get to her.
Right.
And then on the other side of that coin, Steven, you have Alexa Bliss, who saw her overall of 85 and tweeted out that it's too high because WWE has been underutilizing her in the last year and her score should be lower, which is really, really unfortunate.
Good for Bliss, dude.
Good for Bliss. So shouts out to both of them. I think we could arrange for them to like swap overalls, you know? I feel like this is maybe like best case scenario. We got Mella, we got Alexa.
Cool about these overalls?
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Trish
that they were
Stratus is,
determined by some video game nerds.
Trish Stratus is 93 in overalls, which makes her canonically stronger than Bobby Lashley at 92.
Hell yeah.
Cody Rhodes at 91.
Yeah.
AJ Styles at 89.
Obviously. Poor AJ.
And Drew McIntyre at 91.
Yo. How is Drew higher than AJ? That's some bullshit. But Steven, listen. Did you see that Trish Stratus apparently walked out on SmackDown the other day?
She was on SmackDown? What?
She was supposed to be. Apparently she was supposed to be part of like Bayley's Ding Dong Hello segment. And that Trish and Lita were supposed to interrupt and like challenge for the titles or some shit against Damage Control. But then Trish showed up to the arena and then left. We don't know why she left, but apparently she was maybe unhappy and left before her segment, and they replaced her with like Becky Lynch or some shit.
Is it because she saw that Omos was challenging Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think it may have more so been she walked backstage and saw Omos watching anime on his iPhone.
We have 2 built-up matches for WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, Omos, and Bray Wyatt.
Yo.
Who knows which one's gonna happen, you know?
Why not just a fatal 4-way? Bray Wyatt, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, and Omos. That shit would go in the record books.
Is that how you protect Bray Wyatt from, like, losing?
What do you mean?
Or is Bray Wyatt getting pinned?
No, Bray's getting pinned in the fatal 4-way.
Okay.
Like, for sure getting pinned. So, yeah, I'd say by Omos. Omos does, like, that thing where, like, he just puts his foot on the opponent and they get pinned. I think that's what happens. Yeah.
Cool pin.
Steven, imagine how fucking disastrous that match would be. Of Bobby, Brock, Bray, and Omos in a fatal 4-way. They try to have a spot where Brock lifts up all 3 of them at once.
What would Bray's gimmick be? What would his spooky stuff be?
That's a great question. What if he brings out a chainsaw and doesn't use it?
What if Uncle Howie shows up? Well, he's like 7 foot tall.
And he's 7 foot tall. And that'd be sick, man.
I'll be for that. I'll be for that.
I don't know who Uncle Howie is, but that would be cool if he brought up Uncle Howdy and Uncle Howie, and one is Bo Dallas and the other is Commander Aziz. That would be sick as
like fuck. Pokemon, they just evolve.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of overalls, did you see Gunther's overall score was changed
for 2K?
For controversial reasons?
Oh shit, was it 69?
No. See, Gunther, his overall was revealed to be 88. Okay. Which, if you don't know, the 8th letter in the alphabet is H, and HH in the the numbers 88 represent some very anti-Semitic imagery or wording or Hail Hitler.
That sounds like those video game nerds at 2K. Honestly, they did that on purpose, didn't they?
I mean, they changed it to 89, though.
I mean, that's good. That would have been fucked if they lowered it. Shit, what if they made him 79?
What if it's for Hulk Hogan? That was a reference, you know? What if it was a reference to Hulk Hogan?
Oh, HH brother?
Yeah, HH brother.
That'd be sick, man. Are they teasing a Mania match? That'd be awesome.
But people actually got like offended about this for some reason. And I say people, I mean like,
listen,
3 guys on Twitter.
There have just been too many coincidences, you know? Like, what the fuck was Ludwig Kaiser's name supposed to be?
Ludwig Kaiser?
Was that the really racist one? Was that one of them? Was
I think it was actually Gunther's name. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Someone had the exact name of like of a Nazi general. This is what I remember.
How many Nazi generals are there? I feel like you can like say any name. You're a Nazi general, you know.
Well, probably not. Probably like first and last name is a tough combination.
They probably Googled generic Austrian names and just picked one out of the hat.
I see.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think it was probably those nerds over at 2K. They probably named Ludwig Kaiser. That's probably what happened, if we're being real truthful about it. But Steven,
body. Oh, God.
Did you watch Dynamite from this week?
I saw the ending.
What happened?
Evil Uno lost to Jon Moxley and like bled a shitload.
Hell yeah. Evil Uno took Jon Moxley, the former and most winningest AEW world champion of all time, to the limit. Which is what you want from Evil Uno. A main eventer in my book. Yeah.
Much of a lifetime, dude.
Oh yeah. I think he's very cool. I heard there was some problem where they played like Hangman Page's graphics instead of the Dark Order's. I didn't really see it, but I heard it. So, well, I think Hangman has a horse running, and Dark Order is like a creepy purple eye. So a little different, but close enough. So shouts out to Evil Uno. Sad he didn't beat Jon Moxley. I thought this was his time to shine.
What a great way to build up Evil Uno, you know?
Yeah, another miss from TK as far as booking goes in my mind.
A good future for this man right here, Mr. Uno.
Yeah, this is tough. They need to get to that -1 Evil Uno feud already. You know, we've been waiting too long.
Aren't they already doing that with like that fucking Angel guy or whatever?
Angel Garza versus -1? That'd be sick, man.
Is it Angel 5? Is that his name?
Alan Angels? Alan Angels got released, I think. I believe you're thinking about 10, Preston Vance.
Oh, of course, 10.
Who is now teamed up with Roosh for some reason.
Oh, wait, is he like... Isn't Roosh in a stable already?
Yeah, with his brother Jalistico. So.
Wait. So is he part of that stable too, or is 10 like... Roosh?
I think 10 is now an honorary brother. He's an honorary... I don't know the last name of Roosh.
Are they gonna just
rip off
the bloodline storyline of 10?
I think so. I think that is what they're doing. I really do. I
hope so too.
And Preston Vance being...
I'm not having a fun time right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steven.
I hate my foot.
Get that foot back working. Massage it a little bit.
You got any other news this week?
I do. Also on Dynamite, MJF revealed in a promo that his fiance dumped him. So...
What?
Yes, Naomi Rosenblum. First shoot? Well, Sean Ross Sapp said it was a shoot, but again, I'm on the rocks with Sean Ross Sapp as far as like, should I believe him or not? Because also it makes sense that MJF would just like lie about this.
Why would he know that?
He talks to the wrestlers, you know? He's got some sources, Steven. But I don't know. It's weird. Cause like, that'd be a weird thing to lie about, but it also like,
dude,
I don't get it.
Kind of lame in my opinion now. I don't know.
He's like some short nerd who does steroids and got dumped, you know?
The thing about MJF's like, I don't know. He just never like developed, you know? Like,
what do you mean?
He makes promos about car accidents and killing women who give him blowjobs.
But he's complex because he can do that on one hand and also get dumped by his fiance on the other and be heartbroken by it. He said that's the woman he was planning to spend the rest of his life with.
So we're supposed to feel like empathy for him because he got broken up by his girlfriend?
Well, that's why I think like it might be fake because like
after like he announced that he got away with murder.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But again, that's why I think it might be like not real, the breakup, because like why bring it up if it's real? Because it only serves to make him look not good or like not cool.
Like a cuck.
A little bit like a cuck. That's not the word I was grasping for, but that is appropriate, you know? Like Jim Cornette style. And that's the last thing Maxwell wants to be, Steven.
Maybe let's Kip Sabian, you know? Maybe Kip Sabian still is.
Oh, shit. Maybe. How do you think Penelope feels about that?
Probably knows how it feels, you know?
I guess. Yeah, taste of her own medicine. You're so right.
Anyways, speaking of cucks.
Okay.
The WN Awards came out recently.
Wow, great. Awesome.
They had a poll for worst gimmicks.
Oh
Can you guess who got the worst gimmicks?
The worst? Like there are multiple people or just one?
Multiple people. Runner-ups being Bray Wyatt.
Oh, I was gonna say Bray. He was my guess.
Kip Sabian.
What even is his gimmick? I guess point and case.
Existing?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. He should stop doing that.
Can you guess who was the worst gimmick?
The worst gimmick, even worse than Kip Sabian and Bray Wyatt.
Oh, and Joe Gacy. That was also up there. I saw that.
Ooh, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He's just Bray Wyatt light.
So that means the schism is out. The schism is out of here.
Of course. That means the Rock's daughter's out.
Ah, shit. Poor Ava. Poor Ava. When was Judgment Day? Was that this year? Because I'll go with Edge cutting all like the scary, spooky promos. That's my guess.
Dude, I love current Judgment Day so much compared to
current Judgment Day is sick.
The original Judgment Day, you know,
like Dami Mommy Rhea's badass.
Who are like kind of wholesome, you know, like low key.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I'm thinking OG Judgment Day, Edge cutting spooky promos. That is worst gimmick of the year.
Ooh, I'm so spooky, and your sports team sucks.
So, what's the result?
So, the WN Awards have awarded the worst gimmick of this year being the Maximum Male Models.
Fuck you!
Yeah, fucking dumbasses. What the fuck? Like, what?
Edge was way worse, man. Like, Edge was 1,000 times worse.
Like, do you watch Making It Maximum on youtube.com/WWE? Come on here. All right, come on, guys.
Point. And also, Judgment Day did happen in 2022. Because remember, AJ fought Edge at Mania, and Edge was still a good guy. So...
That's true.
Judgment Day was all in 2022. Edge should have been the winner of worst gimmick. How people forget.
Is it just because they're flamboyant? Like, are they just insecure about their sexuality? The
Bryan and Dave have cultivated a culture of homophobia for too long, Steven, and it's time we speak truth to power.
It's like when people are like, what are they gonna do about Mansoor for Saudi Arabia? They're gonna hate him because he's not gay, but he's open about being a model. That's kind of gay, right?
I guess so. That would be awesome, though. We're talking about, like, edgy YouTube clips and then bits from, like, 2016, Steven. Mansoor comes out in Saudi Arabia and, like, jumps off the top rope into the middle of the ring and just yells, "I'm gay." Lose it. I would lose it. Gets shot down. Oh.
He gets Heyman.
That'd be devastating.
Oh, man.
That'd be devastating. Well, Steven, do we have any other notable WON awards? I always like looking at who won the book of the year, but that's like not funny. It's just my curiosity. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. And now we're gonna riff on a more successful person. This is very exciting.
Excuse you. It's the WON subscribers who vote on the awards, not Dave Meltzer.
All 400 of them, which is a lot of money if you think about it. That's quite a bit of money.
Is it only 400?
I don't know.
It's got to be a couple thousand. It needs to be for Dave's sake. Okay?
Okay. How do I find this? Wrestling Observer News?
It's always on Wikipedia, bro. Just type in WON awards.
Oh. Actually, I think Wikipedia?
Yeah,
There's no way.
Man.
There's no
I go through it every year to find the book. And
Why
then
is
also
there a Wikipedia article about the WN Awards? That's so stupid.
How dare you're just jealous there's not one for the Trevors yet, okay?
You want me to build up, or do you want me to like go down the list and then go up?
Just find the ones you think are interesting. Read the ones that sound funny. Okay?
Okay, fine.
Coward?
Okay.
Loser?
Wrestler of the Year.
Okay.
Can you predict who is Wrestler of the Year for the WON?
Fuck. Who is AEW champion? Jon Moxley? Probably him.
Yeah, it was Jon Moxley, yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, makes sense.
Who is the most outstanding wrestler? What the fuck is this category? This category is so dumb. Like, what does that mean?
They stand out the most.
Is that not just the best wrestler of the year? What?
No, it means they're flashy. Okay, it means they do some crazy ass shit.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go with Axiom.
No, it was actually
Fuck.
my man Will Ospreay, of course.
Oh,
of course.
You. Who the hell? Who watches New Japan?
Who is the tag team of the year?
I'm gonna go with the Briscoes.
No. They're not a tag team anymore.
Is it the Acclaimed?
No, it's FCR actually.
What the fuck? Okay.
Who is best on interviews? Of course. My favorite award.
Like shoot interviews.
I don't know.
I'll go MJF because
you're wrong. It's MJ. It is MJF. You're right.
Damn, I would have gone with TK honestly for the worst interview of all time with Ariel Helwani.
Who is promotion of the year?
Well, this year it's been highly contested. A lot of contenders this year. You know, WWE is always in the mix. AEW entered the fray a few years ago.
I don't think
Impact always makes a run for it.
I don't think WWE has ever won promotion of the year.
Listen, they surely have. But New Japan is always right up there too. But this year, I would say with like
they didn't win like 7 years in a row once. So.
Yeah, exactly. But with like recent championship status and everything, Steven, and I would say maybe even some international or I guess national exposure they've gotten of late. I'd say Billy Corgan's NWA took the cake this year.
Well, you'll be wrong, because actually All Elite Wrestling, for the third time in a row.
Yeah, this company had a great year with Cody leaving, CM Punk getting injured twice, all their top stars getting suspended. They had a great year.
Injuries.
Uh-huh.
Can you guess the best weekly TV show of 2022?
I'm gonna go. This one's a fucking shoo-in, Steven. Why even make this a category? It's Level
Dark.
Up.
Oh.
I personally felt Level Up deserved it this year, but
but it says it's Dynamite. What?
Boom Boom?
Boom Boom Boom.
They must have miscalculated. Next one. They miscalculated.
Pro Wrestling Match of the Year.
Yeah, obviously, man. What the fuck? That's very, very clear. The pro wrestling match of the year for the 4th year in a row was Undertaker versus Goldberg at Saudi Arabia.
Nope, it's actually Okada versus Will Ospreay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Another miscalculation. Next. Move on. Next question.
Who was women's wrestling MVP this year?
Ooh, well, Natty had her 800th match in 2016. So I imagine she's
2000 now, right?
Probably 2000. You're so right. So she's always up there. But I'd say, honestly, she hasn't wrestled much this year, but just her contributions on her podcast are enough. Nikki Bella takes this one.
Fuck you, you're wrong. It's actually Sayuri.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant to say that.
I love some. What's your favorite Sayuri match?
Oh, man, I love her. Yeah. So
remember
next
her on
one?
Smash? I love Smash.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait for her match with Mercedes Moné.
Box office draw of 2022.
I'm Roman Reigns.
It was
Big
Roman
Dog.
Reigns.
I mean, obviously.
Big Dog. Ooh-wah.
Ooh-wah.
Who was Feud of the Year?
That's the Bloodline versus Sami Zayn. Oh wait, that was 2023. Fuck. Shit.
No, it's FTR versus the Briscoes.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Wow, Sami Zayn versus Bloodline, it's like a lot better.
Well, but again, it blew off in 2023, so it's hard because it got split between years. You know?
Who is the most improved?
Cody Rhodes.
No, it's the Acclaimed.
Oh fuck. Okay. Sorry.
Who is the most charismatic? You won't believe the winner of this award.
Is that a clickbait thumbnail for it? That's cool.
Red circle of lines everywhere.
Most charismatic, Steven. That's a really great question. Who? I'm going with Pig.
Actually, it's MJF, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Well, you won't guess this one correctly. Who is the Bryan Danielson
Impossible
award
to guess
winner?
this one correctly.
Who could have won this award, you know?
The Bryan Danielson Award. Okay. Well, this was at one point it was in contention that this was going to be renamed the Zack Sabre Jr. Award. So,
of course, in his 20-year reign of terror.
I've got to go with world-renowned Jonathan Gresham.
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
It's actually Daniel Bryan / Bryan Danielson.
Wow, good for him.
Course.
Finally getting that
He
rub.
really needs that, you know? Yeah. Who is the best flying wrestler?
Ricochet. Trevor.
Nope, it's actually El Hijo del Viking.
El Hijo del Vikingo, Steven. Shut the fuck up. Okay, it's Trevor.
Who is the most overrated?
Edge.
No, it's Ronda Rousey.
What the fuck? No one even likes Ronda. Next question.
Who is the most underrated?
Dominic Mysterio.
Nope, it's actually Konosuke.
Oh, well, he's not underrated. Everyone loves Konosuke.
Dude, I fucking hate the underrated shit so much, dude. Ricochet, Shorty G, Finn Balor. What?
Listen, Shorty G is kind of underrated. Let's be real. I miss Shorty G.
It's just people. Booker T was underrated in 2002.
Trevor is definitely underrated. What the fuck?
He put Booker T in this award.
Yeah, we don't know what he was doing in 02, man. Like, what is that when he lost to Marcus Bagwell on WWF Raw? Listen.
Who is Rookie of the Year for 2022?
Oh, fuck. Rookie? Does that mean they started this year?
Yes.
Lola Vice.
No, Braun Breaker. You're wrong.
Damn it.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, nerd.
Sorry.
Now you won't believe this one. Who is the best television announcer?
Best TV. Pat McAfee.
Nope, Kevin Kelly. Of course. But who is the worst?
Yeah, I meant to say
announcer?
Kevin Kelly, actually. He was my second choice.
Who is the worst announcer?
Ooh. That's clear. It is Ariel Helwani for being a bad
making his third appearance ever in the worst announcers
Corey
award.
Graves.
It's Corey Graves.
Let's
of
go.
Of course.
Poor Corey.
What was the best major wrestling show?
The Jericho Cruise. What the fuck?
Nope. Forbidden Door.
Shit. Okay.
But what was the worst major wrestling show?
That's a good question. I put a lot of thought into this one, Steven. I've thought a lot about it recently, and it's obvious. I think this might be real, actually. The Royal Rumble 2022.
It was Royal Rumble, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. What was the most disgusting promotional tactic?
I personally was not a fan of a lot of these disgusting promotional tactics that both major companies pulled out this year. Okay, but I have to say maybe the most disgusting one was New Japan Pro Wrestling not sticking to their roots and finally starting a women's division.
Nope, it was actually Vince McMahon appearing on television for a crowd pop after sexual misconduct allegations came out.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's maybe worse.
The other one was
pretty valid.
firing people during a global pandemic while setting record profits.
I remember that one.
Records.
Rest in peace, Zack Ryder.
He needs that toy money, you know?
He does.
What is the worst television show?
Personally, I've never liked The Office. Yeah. So.
Well, you're wrong. Making its 8th year winning this award.
Poor Raw.
Monday Night Raw, of course.
Aww. Just listen, guys. This is not fair. This is unfair.
You may believe that was the worst show. What was the worst match of the year for 2022?
Oh, fuck. Worst match of the year 20... I mean, honestly, if you're asking me my honest opinion, it's Edge versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania,
Well, remember, on this list, worst matches can be considered The Miz versus Damian Priest Lumberjack match.
The zombie one?
Bray Wyatt versus
That's
Randy
the zombie
Orton,
match.
WrestleMania.
Oh, that's the bug match. We know that.
Rebel versus Shelly Martin. Who the fuck watched that? What?
Listen, calm down. The worst match. Was there any like really bad gimmick match this year that I can think of? There was the Pitch Black match. That'll probably win it in 2023.
You know? Well, you're wrong because it's Pat McAfee versus Vince McMahon.
No, that's wrong.
That's not even a match.
Edge versus AJ was way worse, by the way.
Yeah, you know what's worse? You know what's worse than that? The worst feud of the year. Who won the worst feud of the year?
Worst feud of the year.
You may like the results of this.
Has to go to Edge and AJ Styles.
Nope,
or
it
Finn
was
Balor.
The Miz versus Dexter Lumis. Of course. You know, the one that got over with the crowd, but not us.
Woo! Let's go.
Yay! What was the worst promotion of the year?
Well, it might be NWA.
Nope.
Fuck.
Making its 5th win in a row, the WWE.
NWA absolutely deserved that shit, okay? WWE got Cody in this year. They have Roman on top of the world. They got Sammy built up like a megastar.
Record-breaking WrestleMania seat pre-orders.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. What the fuck?
Best Booker, your favorite, of course, with Guido being an 8-time winner of this category. Did you know that?
Well, no, I thought Ghetto had won it that many years, but that's cool to know it was actually Guido.
My favorite wrestler of all time. Guido.
Yeah, mine too, bro. Mine too. This is best or worst Booker?
Best Booker.
Oh, shit. Tony Schiavone.
Nope, Tony Khan.
Oh, I said the wrong last name. I'm sorry.
Remember when Tony Khan talked about his glasses on Twitter?
I liked when he tweeted at Ariel Helwani on Twitter and buried Tony Schiavone. That was cool.
Now, who is, you may know the best booker.
Okay.
Who was the best promoter? Which is the same job I thought. Apparently it wasn't.
Dana White.
Nope, making his 4th win in a row, Tony Khan.
What the fuck? Has Dana White ever won that award? I feel like he used to.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Best gimmick. Who was the best gimmick this year?
Good gimmick.
Good gimmick, bro. With winners like The Fiend.
Yes, that aged perfectly. Like a fine wine. Best gimmick, and it's not Mansois and Massey. Shoot.
They're the worst gimmick, dude.
I mean, I don't know if it counts as a gimmick, but I'm gonna go with honorary Oos Sami Zayn.
It was Sami Zayn.
Yeah, let's go. Crazy. Let's fucking go.
That's insane. Oh, who won the Chad Gaspard Award / John Huber Memorial Award?
Just like being a good person?
I don't know what this award's about.
Who has won it in the past?
Oh wait, there was no winner. No one was good.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Who wrote the best pro wrestling book this year?
Let's go. This is what we've been waiting for, baby. The main event.
Can you guess which one?
I haven't read like any wrestling books this year. I think Mox won last year. Fuck. Who had a book come out? The Young Bucks was also the year before. Was Mox in 2022? I'm going Mox.
You went Mox? Well, you'd be wrong, because it's actually Blood and Fire by writer Bryan Solomon.
Yeah, no shit, I didn't read any wrestling books this year. What is that? That sounds like that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville tag team.
I liked how he put Dark Side of the Ring for best TV show.
Fuck yeah, that hasn't aired. Oh shit, my bad.
I think that's it for all the cool awards, you know?
You're telling me Young Rock didn't win Wrestling Show of the Year?
Right? What the fuck?
Fuck.
That cries on that.
Well, whatever, Steven. I got a couple more current events, and I think it's about time for us to ride off into the sunset. Okay?
Yeah.
Braun Breaker got booed during a Jinder Mahal match on NXT.
No, so, I mean, it makes sense. It's Jinder Mahal. He's pretty fucking
yeah,
awesome,
he's the modern day Maharaja. I would have also booed Braun Breaker, but that's just because Jinder's my guy, and he's been my guy for a while now, you know?
I like how we went from the Bollywood boys to like two big, jacked, beefy men. You know?
Oh shit, because he has what's his face with him, right?
Not Shanky.
He doesn't have Shanky
or Veer.
What? Who does he have with him?
Fucking no, dude.
Is Commander Aziz with him?
No, he's feuding with Apollo Crews now.
I thought it was Veer and Shanky. Oh, I just assumed. I haven't seen Jinder in years, but like, who's with him?
Who knows?
Do you just not know them?
I don't know them.
What are their names? Look it up.
I don't know.
Poor Veer. I miss Veer. What the
happened
fuck,
to Veer?
Bro? Veer should have been Rookie of the Year, honestly.
Veer should have won the fucking Universal title.
Man. Most underrated, Veer Mahan. Obvi. Well, fuck. That's so sad. Last bit of news, Steven. This one's tough. This one's really tough. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I might have already brought this up last week, but I don't remember. I think I may have brought this up last week, but it's still weighing heavy on me. Lindsay Dorado has announced.
What?
That 2023 is his last year under a mask.
What?
Did I talk about that last week?
No.
Thank God.
Breaks my heart. I remember when he did the Shooting Star Press on Kalisto, and then Kalisto kicked out at 2. That was so depressing, you know?
I also remember that. I remember when he was part of the worst promotional tactic of 2020 and was released from WWE. Oh shit. My bad. Yeah, I remember when he was part of that. It broke my heart. I remember when he got into a fight with Izzy's dad. That was actually his career highlight. I don't know. He said, "Yo, Izzy's dad, come fight me." And then Izzy's dad said, I think.
I liked how apparently like what was it called? The Lucha Party? Was that
Lucha House Party?
Lucha House Party. I liked how there was this big drama in the stable where Kalisto was like, "Dude, I'm being underused right now. I'm gonna go for the business for myself. And then Lince is like, we make pretty good money from merch sales. Like I'm chill. And then Grandmaster Sleek does not speak English.
Like he could not participate in the conversation.
He could not participate at all.
No. This is tough. This is Prince Puma style, like where he's just a mute essentially in this context.
Poor Grandmaster Leak, dude.
Poor Grandmaster Leak. But Steven, do you have any other current events, or is that it for this modern week? And wow. Well, I think that's it for the both of us then. We will of course be back next week with more Following Lucha. Let us know who you think should have won Pro Wrestling Book of the Year in the comments below.
You name pro wrestling books of this year?
Hell yeah, of 2022. If you do, Steven and I will blow you a kiss on next week's episode. So we'll be back then. Goodbye, everybody.